I was.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm in the background walking away.
I love your intro. So many beautiful images.
Oh yes, the girl has been busy. Oh, it's really lovely. I can't comment. I
You
give
can't
up.
comment. You spelled my
No,
name
I've
wrong.
commented to
That's
start with.
okay.
Now it
I love
won't.
you anyways.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you put T for Lativiere
Yeah.
instead of La Riviere. It's an R, but that's okay. I think people will find me.
Put it in properly. I don't know why I cannot bloody comment. I should be off my phone. I'm hoping.
I
It's
can't
always
put it in
something. Let
properly.
me
It
have a look.
doesn't let me.
So welcome everybody. Bear with me.
Hi.
Everyone.
Hello, everyone. We're doing some
Okay, so I
things
can
and
comment from
whatnot.
another device. Now I can't hear anything.
It'll be swell. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Now I can hear.
Yay.
There's always something. You were just fast on your feet with Facebook. So hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Good morning, Misty.
Good evening, Mirantha.
Good evening, I should say.
I'm in the United States. She's in Australia.
Correct.
Friendship.
Thank you for coming in.
No bounds.
No bounds. No bounds whatsoever.
That's right.
Thank you, Lisa, for saying a very fancy intro. It took a girl many hours to do that, so thank you for noticing. Okay.
How sweet.
It took me like 3 hours.
Is that all?
That all, and then some. There was a bit more after that, Lisa, I can assure you. My goodness. So welcome, Misty. For those that don't know Misty, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know your business or contact for private work as well, please?
Oh, my name is Misty Lynn LaRiviere, the medium extraordinaire.
Such a fancy name. I'm going to change my name, I think.
It's very fancy. Oh my gosh.
Very fancy.
I am for short, I am a seer. I see all things, past, present, future, physical, non-physical, all of the fun stuff. I do medical intuitive readings, psychic mediumship, clairvoyance, connecting to your angels and guides, connecting to source energy, which is fun. Just all kinds of fun stuff that can help you in your life. I also dabble with tarot cards and oracles, because the people will like those. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's just really nice to pull a quickie.
I like them. They're easy little tools to use, especially when you're, not feeling up to snuff for, the big guns. Doing the big guns.
That is true. That is true. We have
let me just pull out these tarot cards. It's fine.
It's just 2 cards. So
it's just cards. It'd be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's like right. That. Yeah, so you can find me on my Facebook page, Misty the Medium with a 2 on the end, because Facebook has already blocked me once. Or you can find me on my website, www.quantumcatalysthealing.com. So that's where you can find me.
There you go. Girl of many trades and many talents. So well, yeah, it's what it is.
Okay,
sometimes when you're a star, it's really hard. Such a responsibility.
Let's not talk about me. Let's talk about you.
No, let's not talk about me.
Well, tell my audience all about you. Tell my audience all about you. You did it to me.
Yes. I know. No, I'm not going to say nothing now because I don't have to. It's my page. I know, right?
Yeah.
She tolerates me. My name is Mirantha O'Rourke, for those that do not know me. My business page is Star Nation Healer Live. Same as Misty, I'm available for private work, for a bit of everything. I call myself a universal channel, mainly because very similar to Misty, where you can just do a little bit of everything. So I'm the person that you come and see, which is similar. So whatever you need in the moment, whatever your appointment or a live session is, I will just do what's required or asked of me. Sometimes that involves me doing a bit more than you ask for. So whether it's healing, shifting you into consciousness, same through source energy, diamond crystallines, all that jazz. And quite often I get a little bit of mediumship. That's a new thing for me. I've only been doing it for a short period of time, so I'm still learning. I do love mediumship. I love watching other people do it. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think anyone that connects someone with someone that they love with all their heart and they miss dearly is a beautiful, beautiful gift. Like, I couldn't imagine the sorrow that people go through that, and having someone do that for them, I think, is a huge deal. Huge deal.
It
One of my
is.
favorite things, actually.
It
So
is. I actually had a client today do a mediumship session with me, and she's like, you know what? I've seen other mediums and stuff. I've lost a lot of people in my life. And she's
I'm
like,
sure,
I'm
yeah.
to the point where I don't really care if it's real or not. It makes me feel better.
And that's all that
And I was
matters.
like,
That's what it's about.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Yeah, no, it is, because
I'll take it
it
as a
is, 'cause
compliment.
absolutely. Because you imagine if someone really deep within your soul that crossed through, and you've never, you don't have an ability or a connection or know how to deal with that or connect with that, and then someone comes and does that for you, that is a big deal as far as I'm concerned. So yes, I do a bit of everything. A lot of my work is to do with diamond or crystalline work. So therefore, I work on clearing chakras, moving you into your ascension, helping you understand why you're here, and lots of things like that. I'm the sort of person who can bring you into your abilities. I can take you places. I work with galactics. I do a bit of everything. So hence why I use the word universal. It's just easier because it's such a big story. It is a really big story. And again, and similar, I just do what I'm shown to do, basically. So it's never up to me. I'm not in control of that. I just give what's required. So I like that, because I think you find more than they feel they really needed in the time. It can do great things, can give you a vast understanding of what we really do by being that way, I think. So I love doing that. And yes, I do give people homework. I am a homework girl, but because I got to do it, you got to do it. That's how I see it. So
Man, I got homework every gosh darn day.
Oh, pick a second that there isn't homework. I quite often go, no, that's not, I don't want to know what's inside of me. I'm not dealing with that today.
And all this stuff I'm dealing with
above
right
that.
now, I'm like, can I be done? Can I be done?
Can I
be
yeah,
done?
I'm waiting for the day.
I feel like
Please,
a little
God,
kid, like, can I be done with my dinner?
Yeah, I know. Can I
What
just
do you
sign
want?
off now? Please,
Lord,
just sign
please.
me off. Oh, dear Lord. But that's what we're here for. We're volunteers. We come in for a specific purpose. So, all righty.
Moment of weakness. It passes.
It does pass. Once I've had a coffee and a couple of biscuits, I'm good to go.
Yep, exactly.
So, the order of the day is $22, darlings, for 2 readers. Donation through PayPal, and other links are above for those that don't have PayPal. Misty has kindly given us, what did you give us? Venmo.
Cashapp.
Is it Zelle?
Cashapp.
Cashapp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we don't have any of that in Australia, so that's good.
Right, Penny.
Alrighty.
We keep going.
We keep going no matter what. That's why we're here. And that's, you know what, to keep going. I've been in that position where you really do have to, you don't have a choice. You've got to keep moving forward, no matter how hard it is, and how, even if, I've been through, those that know me, I've been through cancer. So even understanding that is something that you don't let your guard down if possible for, and you keep moving forward, and you keep seeing that you can be better and be more. I've been there. You just keep pushing, you just keep going. And that is a self-love. I learned. It was like, from all my hardship, I learned that I was worth something. I know it sounds weird. Sometimes you don't think you are when you're feeling like that. I felt I had found my self-worth out of that, which I'm still working on. But I realized I was worth it. I was worth the trudge, worth pushing through. So, yeah, I get that.
It's hard.
Alrighty, so it is very hard. It's not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted, I can assure you.
That's right. It's nice to meet all of Mirantha's viewers. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Have you ever heard that? What show is it? Hello, everybody. I think is it a Lottie show? I'll have to think about it. Hello, everybody. So first on our last list is Stephanie. Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie lives in the UK. She will be our first. Stephanie that we know. Laurie Charles Green, another one with a fancy name. Loves the fancy names.
That is fancy.
Very special name. That is huge. I mean, who's this huge fancy? She's got the little dashes and everything between hers. It's like, girl.
And then Lori.
Doggy. Was it a lady called Laurie? I better left it to remind me as I go.
Stephanie, Lori, Charles Stephanie
Oh,
Laurie.
Laurie Charles Green. Yes, that's who we're talking about.
Charles Green.
So she is first. So we haven't talked about, and I don't know if we'll have time to do any freebies. Generally, I don't,
I blame
unless
my parents.
blame my parents, blame them for
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
It's their fault.
Don't we
Anyway,
all?
genetics. So yeah, no free readings at this point today, because Misty is very popular. Let's just admit that. So she generally is very busy, so we don't really get time to do freebies with Misty, which is fine with me. So you will have to donate today for those that have asked. Some people come in and ask for a free reading or a card or something. You will have to donate for that privilege today.
Yeah,
Two of us.
Venmo is in the pinned comments, Sheila.
Up the top, Donna?
Yeah.
In the beginning. You will see it pinned. No worries. Okay, Stephanie. Do you wish to go first with Stephanie or myself? I don't care either way.
Well, let me see. Stephanie.
Maybe put a love heart next to your name today, Stephanie. Do you need some love? Did you get love? Okay.
There's like this kind of excitement building in her energy. I feel like there's something coming. There's something really exciting about to happen for her. So what, Thursday, Friday? I'm going to say next week. I don't know what's going on in your life, but there's something very exciting happening for you. They're showing me just this huge smile. I'm very happy. It's about time is what I'm hearing. It's about time. What is going on that needs to shift in your life right now? And I feel like this is a shift that you've been waiting for. It's almost like an eye-opening experience or something, like some kind of a gift or something that you've been waiting for and waiting for. I don't know if this is something in the physical material world where you've been waiting, for information about something or news or like a check or something in the mail, but it just feels to me like this is going to happen for you like within the next 7 days. Okay. There's going to be some kind of major news, major announcement, something wonderful. My volunteering application or pregnancy. Wonderful. Are you already pregnant? Or is that something you've been waiting for? Because sometimes when we are waiting for a baby, it makes us kind of not have a baby because we just have an overwhelming need to be a mom, to have a child. They call it your clock ticking or whatever. And that desire kind of is so strong. The need and the desire and the want is so strong that it kind of like pushes that thing away, because a need and a want is all a desire of lack. So when you're putting out a negative desire of lack, the universe will give back to you a lot more wanting. So I don't know, week to wait, actually only realize it's possible since I felt horribly sick today. Oh, well, I hope you're not coming down with something because, things happen, but I don't feel like that's the case. I don't feel like it is. I feel like this is something you've been waiting for. Do you have any children already, Stephanie?
Yes, she does already have children.
So much excitement in her body right now. Like literally all of my atoms are on fire just connecting to her. It just feels like you're very excited about this. You're not planning, but you would definitely welcome another soul into your family, right? I'm excited, whatever it is, whether it's your volunteering application or a brand new baby, I'm very excited about it, and you should hear something by next week.
Is it money as well? Are you waiting on money, Steph? There's a bit of money there too.
I just, like I said, like whether it's money, whether it's a check, like a bank check or something like that. Yeah, she's been waiting on something's happening next week. Wednesday, Thursday of next week. And that's really good news. It's going to be really good news. It's going to be reason to make you smile and celebrate. Very, very good positive message for you. And I was also told, if you aren't pregnant, don't stop trying. Try. That kind of thing. But that's what I have for Stephanie.
I'm just getting a shift in other things as well, Steph, like a financial gain of some sort. So whatever this is, it almost feels like a barrel of every single thing. And you've been, even your spirituality and other things like that. I feel like you've been guarded for so long and a bit shut down. And this is the doorway that you've been opening for to feel better about you. So whatever this will be is enough for you to decide to make change. It really is. It's going to push you forward quicker than you expected it to. So that guarding, that unsureness, that don't know, it will be on its way out. Won't get all of it, but it's a big enough percentage for me to go, yeah, I agree with that, what Misty has said. It's like an 80% shift. You know what I mean? And there'll be no doubt after that. You're not going to doubt like you used to. And I see Stephanie's really gifted, but there's something else going on in her abilities. It's like a shift into the higher realms of knowing, knowledge, understanding of your abilities, things that you've not done before. So maybe being around other people that are a bit like that might help you. It's an ascension process, you know what I mean? It's a shift that you didn't realize was coming. You've had gut feelings with other things, I agree, but I think there's more to it than you really thought possible here. You'll understand it, I agree. So that time frame I'm getting within this new month, alrighty? Same, like 16th of November, something around there, alrighty? Always get Nan with you, but she's always around. She likes to come in with Stephanie. And I get a shift in your relationship. So might be baby, but I'm getting a deepening of that relationship, which is going to be wonderful because, by gosh, you deserve that, Stephanie. It's been a long time. You deserve the love that I'm feeling. I think a lot of that excitement we're getting is love. Are you guys thinking of getting married or something? Engaged, married, all that jazz? There's something going on there. I won't say too much because people like to know, and I go, no, that's not fair on the man if we do that. You know what I mean? So, hey, Carol,
I just connected. This is the girl you were telling me about. I just connected that.
Yes, Steph.
Snapped in my brain.
Steph. Yeah.
Hi, Caroline.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if I've suggested that for a reason, Stephanie, that it would be a nice idea for you to jump into something, you know what I mean? And give you the push and the joy that you need. You need to re-feel that connection with a different mindset than you've had. You need that joyful, I'm awesome, a bit like Misty does. I keep saying to Misty, oh, for fuck's sake, you're amazing. Celebrate it. Be joyful. Because a lot of people would, their desire to be that good is huge. They would love to be that gifted. You know what I mean? And I get the shoe out on people that hide away when they're really, really gifted. I go, don't hide away. People need you. They really do. So it's not that it's about you. It's about what you can give. You know what I mean? Yeah, go on.
There's a reason that we have incarnated with all of this, and it's not for our own purpose. It's for the purpose of the collective consciousness. And so it's not something that, I mean, you can blame your ego for not wanting to go out into the world and possibly have people be naysayers, or you can blame your ego for hoarding it for yourself. But either way, it is the ego.
It is. Yeah.
And we have to, part of our ascension process is to integrate that into ourselves, acknowledge, yes, it's there, and this is the reason for it, but I'm going to go on anyway.
That's exactly right. I'm going to push through the fear. I had to do it, Stephanie, so everyone else has to too. I had to push through mine. You know how shy I am deep down. I know I make a lot of jokes and run amok, and that's the joyful side of me. I love that. That's what's got me healed. But I'm still very shy. And you know what I had to do in the last couple of years to push through that. I just had to go without question. And it's taught me to trust. So, and yes, it doesn't work like it used to because it's not going to be the same. That's what I'm saying to you. Your abilities are going to shift into a way that you're going to deliver more than you're used to delivering for information and healing for others. So it's not going to just be a mediumship. It's not baseline mediumship. You're not a learning type person. It's not beginning stages for you. You know what I mean? It is terrifying, but you know what? Sorry, go on.
It's terrifying. Yeah, but what you're you're looking at the worst possible scenario of all the possibilities in the world, and
Yep.
there are infinite possibilities. You're
There
concentrating
is.
on the worst. What if it's wonderful? What if you deliver a message to somebody that stops them from committing suicide? Like, what if that happens? What if you save a
Yeah,
life?
that's
What
right.
if you're
One word can
responsible
do
for
that.
and
Yeah,
and
one
I've
word can
done
shift
I've
a nation.
done that, and it's an amazing feeling that I just think that you should stop thinking everything is the worst. What if it's not? What if life turns out to be good for you and it's not always just the
Mm,
worst? And if you're always expecting the worst, you're always going to get the worst.
You are.
What if you
You
just
are.
let yourself
Just
think
let
about
go
what
like I did,
you
Steph.
want?
Just go,
You know?
what the possibility could be if I jump? And you're always going to get naysayers. You're going to get the negative nannies, but you learn to outgrow them. You learn to go, I so love what I do that I actually don't have time to even bother about it anymore. I
Like
don't
a
have
lot of
time for their opinions.
Yeah, like there's okay, so when you start out, I don't know if this is how you started, whatever, but you start out in these reading groups doing readings for people. I started in a reading group. You start
Oh,
out
yeah,
doing
okay.
readings for people, and it's like you got to leave feedback. You got to leave feedback. You got to leave feedback. It's part of the group rules. So I have a group where you have to leave feedback for the readers. I do that for the readers because they like the feedback. I personally do not require feedback, and I never have, because I don't need it. I know what I'm good at. I know I'm real. I know that what I'm giving you is helping you. I don't need you to say even thank you. But
Yep,
people need that validation for a little while. They need to know,
they do.
yeah, you're on the right track. Yeah, you're doing a good job. Yeah, your readings were on point and amazing. And that helps you get over your fear of not being
Does.
good enough to be the
Yeah,
messenger.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what I had to learn, Steph, too, is I had to learn that, and I still have my ups and downs occasionally. I had to learn it doesn't matter if I feel like that. It doesn't matter if I feel that way about myself. As long as I'm doing the work, I'm allowed to have. If I have doubts when I'm first starting, or I haven't done it for a long time, and I'm jumping in the big deep end, if I have those doubts, that's all right. As long as I'm doing the work. That's why I've had to teach myself. Just do the work. That's what you're here for. Don't worry about what you're learning and how far you're going. You'll get better as you go along. And I had to talk myself into that
Yep.
continually. I still do. Even on the days you're a bit tired, you're not sure, you go, I don't care. I've got a job to do. I love what I do, so that's all that matters. I've had to get myself completely out of the way. My personality, my ego, my doubts, my fears. I always say to them, get over there, I ain't got time for you, I'm going live. Simple as that. And away you go. And you eventually get used to it. You really get used to it. But your fear also is that bit I said about deep down there somewhere that your ability is going to be a little bit different. And you're going to have to adjust to that. You're going to have to adjust to it because that's what's been given to you for. All right, darling. So you know where everyone is. If you need help and you want to jump, you've got plenty of us, we'll be there to catch you. You're not going to be
I
alone. You know what I mean?
have a group that you could do readings in, free readings. I mean, it's a free
Exactly.
reading group. Um,
Yep.
but I have a group that you can do readings in if you're interested. And get some practice and get the feedback that you
Good
need to
idea.
build your confidence.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
join my group. It's like 2,500 people. So it's
Yep.
a large amount of people to pull from or to do readings from.
Yep.
If you're interested, you don't have to. Just
No,
an offer
there's no
to help you.
have-tos in this job. There you go. So
Yeah.
you can go to her group yourself, Stephanie, and have a sticky beak and see if that's what you're drawn to. If you're not drawn, you don't go. Simple as that. No one's going to be offended. No one's going to worry whether you say yes or no. All we're here for just to go, oh, hi, how you going? I hope you enjoy what you do. Love you. That's it.
But the people in my group are all vetted before they're allowed in my group. So there's only good energy.
Yes.
There's nobody in there that's ugly, and
You're
that
not going to have any problems like that at all.
you're not
No.
going to have any problems.
Misty's like me. She won't tolerate it. So you're not going to get it anyway. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Same as my group. You don't get it in my group because I won't tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
Love and light to you,
Absolutely.
but it's the no.
Have a
So
great
yes,
day.
Stephanie. So do jump somewhere, Steph, when you feel you're ready. At least have a try. If you find you can't or don't wish to right now, that doesn't matter. Just have a
That's
go.
fine.
That's all that
It's
matters.
fine. Whatever.
It's
Whatever.
fine.
It's fine.
And we'll all be there going, oh, yeah, and Steph, I can bug you like you bugged me for the last couple of years. I can go, oh, Steph, what do you think now, Steph? I can bug the hell out of you and ask you all sorts of crazy questions. That'll get you going. And Mirantha will be there like going, what about now? What about now? What about now? I'm that person. Kia ora from New Zealand. Kiwi here. Welcome, welcome. All righty, darling. We shall move on. Thank you, though. I look forward to see what that is, and let us know next week what happens, please. Either way, what that will be. We want to know.
Very exciting.
I want to know. Very exciting. It's just nice to feel that fresh breeze off her. That finally something lovely.
What
Just
if
remember, Steph, you didn't think you'd have a partner and get
and
engaged.
start reading next week?
What's
Maybe
that?
that's the tingle. What if she joins my group and starts reading next week? What if that's the tingle? Oh.
And all the doors open and she goes, oh my God, I love this. You know what I mean?
I love it so much. Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be great.
I love
Would be great. Oh, I'm so good at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. We'll all be going, oh, I'm so jealous of Stephanie. Damn it, Stephanie, stop being so damn good. No, kidding. She's known me forever. You will be fine, darling, because everyone will be there for you. We will be there. All you can do is let us know you're going live, and we will back you up. Okay. Thanks, my darling. We'll move on. Diana. You hear Diana?
Diana.
Banana. 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 You felt different today, not like me. We'll see. No, you're not going to feel like yourself anyway, because it's change. Change can always be sometimes a little uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Here she is. Thank you, Diana.
Did I do a reading for her before on your?
I think so. Yes, you would have.
Because I just felt an instant recognition with her.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, up the top, Sheila. Pinned up the top, darling. Venmo. Right up to tops and housing. I'll repin it. I'll re-put it up. Where is it? Just get a pen and paper.
Oh, I'll type it in.
Yeah, please.
I'll type it in so they can copy it. Venmo? Was that the question?
Venmo, please. Yes, Venmo. Oopsie, wrong one.
So you can just copy and paste the comment there. Thanks, Elspeth. Elspeth's got me.
Oh, my said Elizabeth.
She's
Wait,
my
hang a minute. That's
crowd
right.
control.
How'd you say that?
It's 22. Oh, Elspeth.
Elspeth.
She's from Canada. Elspeth.
Elspeth. There's a lot of S's in there.
Elspeth. Elspeth. You're saying it with Elizabeth. You're killing me. Elspeth.
There's a lot of S's in there.
Elspeth, I love you. We're not making fun of you. She's just having trouble with it. That's all.
I am.
There's just
my vowels. My vowels are a bit weird. I got a bit of Australian, a bit of New Zealander in me, so my vowels are all over the damn place. It's like trying to get my S's around the S's.
Right.
All right. Sorry. Let you go. Oh, okay. Thanks, Caroline. I'll put them all back up again.
Yes, on your phone. Thank God I don't have
keep
a
forgetting.
List. Could you imagine not even be able to say your own name? Elspeth.
My line's also sore. We're not picking on anybody. Please don't troll.
No, honestly, because I mean, when you're born, your parents don't know if you're going to have a lisp when you grow up. Could you imagine they give you a name that you can't even say? Like that would be
mean. That would be mean.
So
maybe something I would do if I had children. No, I'm kidding. Let's give him something really weird. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
okay,
Diana,
so
we're coming in.
Diana, Andrea. So what I'm immediately hearing for her is that she's having a hard time letting go of old news. And old news to me could mean anything like wrongs that have been directed your way, things that have been said to you that were insulting or hurt your feelings. Old news is things that have happened in the past wrongs that have happened to you in the past, things, slights against you, traumas, insults, betrayals. Okay, betrayals. It's only with a couple of people in your life that are like close to you. It feels like I'm hearing keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. And you don't know whether or not to feel like these people are your friends or are your enemies, because it's like that mentality where it's like, hurt me once, a lot of betrayals. Yeah. Hurt me once, shame on you, but hurt me twice and I'll kill you. It's kind of like the feeling I'm getting, like you don't want to cross me again, and I'm giving you the opportunity to stay in my sphere, but I'm not going to trust you, and that's what it feels like to me. It feels like oh no, we weren't laughing at you, we were laughing at Elspeth, unless you have a lisp. Oh my, I'm sorry.
We're sorry.
But your name is easy to pronounce. Does she have a lisp? Shut up. Does she? No. Sounds right. Okay. So I'm sorry if we
Offended anybody.
inadvertently
We didn't mean to.
offended
In
you.
Australia, we pull the P out of everything. We're naughty.
Are you?
No
lisp.
No diet
Okay.
doesn't
Well,
happen.
hi, Jill.
It's a good start.
Hey, Jill. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like you're surrounded by iffy people. Like you've got a couple, 2, 3, like I said, 2, 3 people in your sphere that you are keeping a close eye on, that you're just like, you're
22.
waiting. It's weird because it feels like it's almost like you're testing them and tempting them and like testing their loyalty, testing the friendship, testing the relationship to see, like, are you going to screw me over again? Or are you going to be good? Because I feel like you're the kind of person, you just don't forget. Are you a water sign? Man, water signs, they just never forget when somebody hurts them. They just hold it forever and ever and ever. And I keep my guard and test people. I'm iffy on 100%, but you don't get rid of them. You keep them there. She's a water sign. She's a Cancer, yeah. Of course.
But she's like my husband, Cancerian.
Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, like, but you don't get rid of them. You don't say, get out of here. You burned that bridge. You're like, you can stand on the bridge and we'll see what happens, kind of a thing. It's like, I don't know if it's, like a cat that plays with a mouse. It almost feels like you're just,
should I push them off the bridge? Should I not?
You just kind of get a little bit of an enjoyment out of seeing, how they react to situations with your friendship. That's what I'm seeing. Even when I do, they always come back. Well, sometimes people just have that kind of energy about them where people are drawn to you, and Cancerians are very nurturing energies anyways. So it could be that, going against mommy's wishes, but we still want mommy to love us, but that's what I'm feeling with you, is like, I've got people around me that I'm not sure whether or not, if I called them at 3:00 in the morning, broken down on the side of the road, if they would show up for me. And I'm wondering, like, why bother with them? Why keep them around? Like, why? I mean, I understand forgiveness and love and light and blah, blah, blah. I'm a real person. I'm like, if you messed me over, I'm just not even going to give you the opportunity to get in there again and give me another stab in the back. I'm not gonna, I'm going to look for better friends. I show up and have, but they won't. And I know that. So why are they there? Like, this is a question I have for you. What value are they bringing into your life if mutual respect is not an option? Like, why are they there? I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Like, why clog up your energy with these iffy people who wouldn't give you the shirt off their back if you were standing naked in a crowd? Well, that doesn't matter to me. Family is just a karmic incarnation. It doesn't matter to me whether or not it's your family. Like, why do you give them the opportunity? You know, like why? It's like you're waiting for them to falter, and they're also waiting for them to falter because you both know that it's going to happen again. I mean, you know, people don't just change that much overnight. If they didn't value you yesterday, they're not going to value you today unless they get struck by lightning. But these people aren't showing you that they're changing. You know, they're the same people they were when they stabbed you in the back or when they didn't show up for you. They're the same people. You keep them at a distance, but you still keep them, is what I mean. Like, there's only so many like true, genuine connections we can have. There's only so much peripheral energy around us, you know? Like, if you try to bring a whole bunch of people in, then that's less that you can give to each connection, right? So say you're surrounded by 6 people, then you can give, you know, 12% energy to each of those people. But if you're keeping people in your sphere that are like, give me your energy, I'm not giving anything back, then what, like, how are they? That's like a broken link in a chain link fence. You know, it's causing an area of vulnerability in your yard. You know, so my message to you that I'm receiving is maybe we should rethink allowing people access to our lives, never mind just around us. Very true. And I've cut off a whole dime of my family because of that. Right. So, you know, the ones that you have left are iffy as well, right? And I understand being civil to people, but I mean, you don't have to like give people access to you. They don't have to be part of your close knit. You know, they used to be like, oh yeah, that's my brother. We see each other on Christmas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to allow them the opportunity, because really that's just you waiting for it to happen. And then that's a whole lot of expectant energy because you're waiting for it to happen. And it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, move on from it. Like, let that go to the wayside. Let them drift away. Don't try to pull them back in. Don't let them come crawling back, and just see what life brings you with that fresh air, that fresh energy, without that, you know, kind of clogging around you. What kind of new friendships, what kind of true friendships kind of come into your life? You know, that's what I've got for you. Your turn.
I'll just elaborate. I won't cover the same info because it's not necessary. I just want to explain to you, Diana, a little bit of extra on that. What happens? One or two things happen here. People like that can stand in the way, and I agree with Misty, can stand in the way of your desire or your creating in your life a better world. So they will intentionally stand in front of you and block you. Okay, they feel that it's their right to do so, and quite often it's a need they have, so they draw that upon you, and you wonder why your life's just not going to plan or going where it should be. Now, the other thing you've got to be careful of too, and this doesn't apply to every situation, but I think in your situation, let me give you some spiritual advice. Or I'm not actually a spiritual person, but let me give you some psychology on the spiritual side. This can create you stepping into their karma and taking on their walk for them, their life, their lessons, their sometimes their ignorance and things like that they don't want to do or want to learn themselves. So by not allowing them to walk away, like Misty says, what you can do is you draw them into a karmic little lesson between the two of you, where again they'll come in and infect your life, or they infiltrate your life a little. So they hold you somewhere. They hold you in a lesson or a life situation that has absolutely nothing really to do with you, but you've chosen to do that. So this is why I agree with Misty. It's important. And it's hard for people to understand us in a way, especially when it's family. You always have but it's my family and I must. But what they don't understand, that doesn't matter if it's family, children, friends, acquaintances, or enemies. They're just energy doing their own walk, alrighty? it's not always our responsibility to take that on or give it the respect that they're asking for. Often it's about us learning not to. Alrighty, so I think your lesson here is learning not to. It's not about what they desire or need from you. That is their expectation of it. You can't fulfill it all the time. So therefore I agree about keeping it at arm's length for that reason. People will always project their expectations on you, no matter whether they're spiritual or non-spiritual, awake or not awake, doesn't matter to me. They're just energy. So they will always project an expectation, and it's not up to people that go through things like this, especially with family. It's not up to you to fulfill that whatsoever. That's their desire. It's not yours. So we learn in time to let go of the guilt connection of that, because the guilt connection will run you into the karma. And trust me, as Misty and I were making jokes about before we came on, I don't want to go around again. I don't want to have to relive all that. Thank you. It's too bloody hard. I'm too old.
Exactly.
I'm too old a soul to give a rat's no. So it's coming into realization about you, your energy, what do you desire, and what is your purpose? What do you want to fulfill? How do you want to be happy? What is it you want to achieve? That's all that really matters. And then if people come in and out with that, so it's friends or a bit of family or whoever, that's your choice, your way. You know what I mean? And it's not being selfish, it's just a fact. That's what you're here for. People don't understand that. They get caught up in the have-tos. Well, you learn as you get older, and I can say this because I'm older. I've lived a little longer, that's all. I can say that you don't have to. You know what I mean? So you eventually learn to give yourself permission with love. You don't have to go into war and fight them and all that jazz, because then that's your expectation. But that piece of you that learns to go, it's okay for me to feel this way because I've got other things I want to do. You know what I mean? So always stay a little bit neutral in that way, and then you can heal quicker and less chaos comes into your life. You know what I mean? So, but the other thing I'm getting is you got heavy. I agree. There's a heavy thought process going on there. There's heavy thinking, but I think that's necessary right now because of the changes you want to make. I think you need. Sometimes you're too overloaded, or you're thinking too much, or trying to work too much out. But there's times that can work in your benefit. Alrighty. So it's not always a negative. You go, okay, I'm overloaded. I'm trying to figure my life out. I'm trying to figure my direction. That's good, because that means you're looking for your desire. You're looking for your purpose. So at the moment, I think it's a positive for you, not a negative. So if you're worried about how you're thinking, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to work at, that's okay. It's a good place to be right now. That's where you're going to find who you are and what you're here for. Alrighty. So don't see it as a bad thing and release it. No, I want you to hang on to some of that. Even if it's somebody who's a little bit negative, doesn't matter. It's going to work for you in the future. It's going to help you to learn things that you didn't realize that you were capable of learning. So if you are feeling overloaded, don't panic. Alrighty. Not very often I will tell people that, but at the moment I think it's necessary for you, because you're going to find a piece of you didn't know you had. You're going to grow from there. Alrighty. So go with the flow, darling. Take a breath, do the breathing, all that jazz. But you do need to figure out where you want to go from here. What do I desire? What do I want to do? Who am I right now? Why am I here? All the good things like that. Alrighty. And see where you go. So that's right, Caroline. It's their choice to listen or not. It's not up to us to control that in any way, shape, or form. All right, but we do learn to not allow them to have an expectation which can come into control for us. Right down to parents. Going, I'm sorry, I have incarnated with you, but there's things I will learn from you. There's also things I don't need you to teach me. I will go and learn them somewhere else or do it differently. And that's you're allowed to do that. I always say to people, you can change things in your contract. It doesn't have to be gospel. You can make change. You can go left, right, up, down. You can make a choice. You know what I mean? So, and I think you're at that crossroads of choices. Alrighty. Awesome stuff. Thanks, Diana.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Laurie. That I don't know. Linda.
Do you have somebody else?
Thank you for coming. Okay, I'm just going to check. Let's see. Who's place your finger here? You can imagine what's in my head. Yeah, Jill. Jill, you are next. Jill
Okay,
Gibson?
and then after Jill, I have Cheryl Phillips.
Cheryl Phillips, no worry. Lovely, thanking you. Yes, you.
Hi, Jill.
Girlfriend.
What is that?
I'm getting up. Oh, no, you didn't. Not you. Not you personally, Jill. So let me write some notes, Jill.
Jill, do you have okay. Do you have a female past who was either into gambling or like to play games like dice games like Yahtzee or something like this? We're just
Bingo. Yeah.
well, I'm seeing dice. That's why I'm wondering
Oh,
if
okay.
it's like gambling or if it's I'm
Yep.
seeing a 5 and a 2 on dice. So I don't know if it's I'm not quite sure if it's a gambler, somebody who liked perhaps maybe to go to bingo. Maybe it is just a gambling reference, or if it is dice in general, like playing games with family. But it is a female. What else do you want to tell me? I think my stepdad's mom played cards or something. I'm getting a lot of like pressure, pain in my chest. So this could be like a heart or lung related issue that she passed from. She's just making me feel like you are waiting for a message from someone. It's almost like you are like you're looking for clarity. We want clarity. We are looking for direction. We want to know which way we are supposed to go. I understand. I'm seeing like a hangman card in the tarot card deck. So it's like, I am waiting for illumination from the universe. Please tell me what I am supposed to do. Not sure, but I'm waiting for signs. Yes. Okay. So this is what it feels like to me. Like, I feel like something's going to happen, but I don't know exactly what, and I don't know when, and I don't know where. So I'm going to see if I can get messages any way, shape, or form that I can. I'm looking for feathers. I'm looking for birds. I'm listening very intently to music in case something sticks out to me. It's like you're so focused on looking for a message. I feel like you might actually miss the message. The clouds too, looking for messages in the clouds. Like, this is what it feels like to me. It's like I'm looking everywhere, but it's like you're so intent on this or that or that or that. It's like I feel like you might actually miss the actual message because you're desperately seeking the message. Again, another one of those putting out I don't know kind of energies, and kind of delaying the answers coming to you because you're so desperate to have it. So the answer is follow your true north. That is the message. That is what they want. You froze. Am I frozen though? Or is it just you? Am I frozen?
Never admit fault. Always go, are you sure?
Are you sure? Okay. Okay. So the message that I received for you that you are waiting for is follow your true north. Okay. Might just be you, girl. Follow your true north is what I'm hearing. So what does that mean? What does it mean, your true north? That means your heart. Where's your heart leading you? You're looking outside of yourself. You're looking everywhere. You're looking at the clouds and the birds and the feathers and the numbers, and you're looking everywhere but here. And you missed the message. The message is follow your heart. This is your true north. Follow your heart. Follow what your heart is telling you to do. Okay. So if your heart's telling you to sit around and wait for a message, sure, you can do that. But is your heart telling you that, or is that your mind telling you that? Your heart's going to tell you do what makes you happy. because that's what your heart loves. Your heart loves to feel light and joyful and wonderful and happy and bliss and all of those beautiful, and love. Your heart loves to feel love, all of those beautiful emotions, right? So no, that's your mind. Exactly. It is your mind. So what is your heart telling you to do? Your heart is telling you to go in a certain direction, and your mind is like, that can't really be. It's not that easy. It can't possibly be the answer. No. Let's wait and see if we get a better answer.
Don't do that.
It's always, no, that's too simple. It can't possibly be that. It is. It is just that simple. We make life harder than it has to be. And by questioning and doubting, our intuitive messages that we receive, but the universe already told you what you're supposed to be doing, girl. I mean, they already told you. And you
Whack,
are,
whack, whack.
yes, let's wait for a sign on it. No, your
Got my
mind
sticky today.
Your mind is saying, let's wait for a sign on it. Well, here's your sign. The universe said, follow your heart. So stop listening to your ego mind that's telling you to wait and not move forward, and don't try anything, and don't stick your foot in the pool. And, it's funny. I'm being reminded of the first reading we did where we're telling her, just leap, just take a risk, just try, and I'm getting that same, just do something. Just move, just move your toe, just make a decision, just do something, because right now you're just standing at a crossroads, standing around waiting for somebody to come and bring you a map. And, you could be to the next town by now if you just move, if you just move one foot in front of the other, just make a decision. And I think that's, I understand the fear of making the wrong choice. We've all done it. We've all made a decision that didn't work out the way we wanted it to. I mean, we've all done it. But should you let that influence every move you make for the rest of your life? No, not really. So, what does your heart want to do? What does your heart desire? What does your heart love? Does your heart love helping people like my heart loves helping people? Does your heart love animals and taking care of animals and being around animals? Does your heart love the arts and drawing and being creative or knitting something? What does your heart love? If you are searching for your purpose, anyone, this is for anyone. If you are searching for your purpose, follow your true north. Follow what lights you up inside. Follow what makes you feel joy, what makes you feel bliss, what brings you love into your heart. Is that crocheting? Maybe you like to paint. Maybe you're into pottery. Maybe you like to sing karaoke. I mean, maybe you just like walking old ladies down the street or delivering groceries to seniors that are shut-ins. I mean, whatever it is you love. Do you want to volunteer at this shelter? What kind of humanitarian or creative thing can you do that makes you feel good inside? And I guarantee you, if you do that thing, then you will figure out what your purpose is for this collective, how you can help humanity as a whole. You figure out what your individual joy is, you find your bliss, and that will lead you to your purpose in this humanity. Okay? Do that thing. That's my sign. I already know. Paint, right? Helping, healing. What are you waiting for? Do you think that's not good enough? What? I don't understand. What are you waiting for? Why aren't you doing that? If you know what makes you happy, why aren't you doing that all the time? That is going to bring you like a magnet straight to your purpose, straight to, that's going to bring you like a moth to a flame, boom, light you up. Here I am. This is what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life. Do you think like I knew I was supposed to do this? No.
Yes, I did not.
It lit me up inside. It made me feel an overwhelming sense of purpose and peace and joy and gratitude all at the same time. And I was like, okay, then that's the answer. Do those things you love. And who cares about what anybody thinks about it? Do what makes you happy. And, you know, like people will find you. People will find you. People will resonate with that joyful energy that you create while you are making those, while you're writing, while you're painting, while you're healing. You know, that's a beautiful energy. I just say I don't feel anything. It discourages me. Not everybody has to feel things when they're you know, sometimes it's like at a quantum level and they're not going to feel it right away. They might feel it later. You know what I mean?
Or in a different way.
Don't let it discourage you. You know, you can start by saying you might feel something or you might not feel something. Either way, follow these steps after the healing. You know, so that's all. You don't have to stop. You just have to change what their expectations are. You know, if you're doing Reiki, you might feel something, you might not feel something. Either way, you're getting Reiki. You know, either way. Hi,
Sean. I will
Reiki
you.
I will Reiki you, and that will be it.
That's it. Move on.
That's all I got. It's up to you now.
Okay. Look, Jill. I'll just cover that quickly. If they're not gifted or they're only a certain level of empathy or empathicness or none at all, they're not even aware of it, they're not going to get everything. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to even know what it's supposed to feel like. You can give them a maybe indication of what they may get. Every single person is different because it only will trickle in as they require it in a way that they require it. So they might get, say, 50%, 10% now, and then the rest comes flooding in later when it's necessary. It depends on what's going on with them. So it's psychological, physical, spiritual, or otherwise. There is a timeline that will happen. It's what people don't understand. You will get many times that people will work on you, or you might be a part of a healing group or something like that. Like I experienced just recently, where you feel something beyond the fact that you thought that you could even feel that. It just blows your bloody mind. You go, oh shit, is that what source really feels like? And I just had that a week ago. And I feel many energies all the time, right? But you learn that I agree, their expectation they don't always have an understanding of what it's about and what it's for, alrighty? So you just explain that gently to them, that it will come without an expectation. It'll come as it's required, alrighty? You learn to elaborate, so that they can just sort of get the concept. That's it. But okay, so what I got, there is, I don't know if it's been coming, is now or on its way, but there's something here to do with a person in and around your life that you cannot rely on them as much as you thought you might be able to. And it could even be a piece of yourself, alrighty? But there's someone here, and I feel they've been around for a while, but it's almost like you can't rely on everything they're going to give to you because they don't really fully understand you right now, alrighty? They don't have an ability or a way of understanding who you are and why you do the things you do. So it's not that it's a bad person or anything like that. It's just their perception of you is not clear enough for them to agree with you or match you or be like you. Alrighty. So whoever they are, don't take it personally. Just realize that they may not be where you're at. Okay. There's a little bit of projection energy coming from them for some reason. I feel that it's not a jealousy or envy. It's just they just don't know. Alrighty. So if that's the person that's getting in the way of you believing yourself, it's a piece of you and it is a physical person. So if that piece there is getting in the way of you believing in yourself, bugger it off. Alrighty. Just go, I understand that you don't understand me, but I still have to go this way. So it's almost like you may even have to turn away from them a little. They may leave your life and things like that because there's a different path you're going to go on without them. So it could just be your neighbor, or it could be someone very close to you. Alrighty. You will not resonate there, okay, for a period of time. Now, you may return, but there's going to be a period of time and it's only a couple of months or something where you won't resonate and you won't feel, like I said, they fully understand what you're all about and why you're doing what you're doing, okay? So that's some of the energy that's in the way. And as my team has said, tell her that she doesn't need to meet them halfway. She doesn't need to meet them quarter of the way. She doesn't need to come up to or meet them for any reason. This is about her. It's about where she wants to go from here. You don't even have to be like anyone else, Jill. Alrighty, groups, friends, acquaintances, us, nobody. You will have an ability or something within you that is for you only. So there is no requirement of you to match or be like anyone else. Even us guys, we're all different. Misty's different to me. My other friends, you know, their abilities are different to me. But we just bring a piece of ourselves when we come together that we share. So we don't have an expectation of being the same. You're not supposed to, alrighty? This ideal of all being alike, it's wonderful to a point. There's some things there that are valuable in that belief system, but people get disheartened and they feel locked out and they feel they're just not good enough, because the movement sometimes can make you feel like you should be all here the same in this way and this with your abilities or whatever your beliefs may be. No, that's not possible. Alrighty, you will match as you go along, and then you will leave, and then you might stay for a while matching, then you will leave. There's many changes here that are going to happen for you like that. So don't get disheartened. Don't make you feel unworthy because you're not going with the flow of somebody or something. Alrighty, they were very clear about that. And this person or this, whatever this will be, you are definitely going to move on and do something without them. That's just the way it's going to go. That's part of your releasing and healing something. So you have to move on so that you can fix this fragment that's missing inside of you for you to evolve, heal, feel better about yourself. Alrighty. So don't feel guilty about it. Don't let this person hold you. Alrighty. Don't let them hold you in a place, because that's their belief. Alrighty, even if they're a spiritual person, their belief of you, that's their belief. That's what they believe in, who they are, their movement, their spirituality, their gifts. You don't let anyone hold you there. People, when you find people that you resonate with and that can help you heal, they're supposed to move you forward without them. So they want the best for you. They want you to grow. They want you actually to outdo them. That's what they're supposed to do if you're a, as I call, masterful. Alrighty, so worm your way through it all, just gently, and be kind to yourself while you're looking and while you're healing and finding yourself. Alrighty, very important that you do that, because otherwise I'm worried about you're going to stay somewhere or step back and not move. You know what I mean? Because of how you're perceived. Mate, the amount of stones and unrealities and expectations, perceptions I've had to learn to outgrow and just keep going. Don't matter. It doesn't mold me. No, don't let it mold you. That's what I'm getting to. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Thanks, Jill. They were very protective over you. They were very protective. So now let me see what you wrote. It's a best friend. Okay. It can come in that form, unfortunately. It's always someone close. Alrighty. Okay.
I've got another donation.
Okie dokie. Thanks, Jill.
From Linda Stanley.
Stanley. Okie dokie.
Yeah, Linda Stanley.
Linda and Steve Stanley. Linda and Steve. No worries. I'll put that down. Okay, thanks, Jill. We better move on. Cheryl Phillips is next.
Cheryl Phillips.
You're right, Peggy Sue. It does make the world go round, but people forget that. People forget that.
Hi, Cheryl. It's good to see you.
There she is.
Sandra said that she donated too.
Okay,
Did you
I'll
donate?
Thank you. Probably to mine, did you? Because that's what she's used to.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Sandra. Got it.
Okay, I'm going to write her name down.
Yep, Sandra Lang. And Aldo Garibay. Hey, brother.
Who? Aldo. Okay.
Aldo Garibay. Thank you, Aldo. So, and Diana has donated again. And who'd you say that's for? Oh, Celeste. Okay,
Celeste.
I'll put her in there. So she's after Cheryl. So you're next, Celeste. So I'll put that in there for Celeste. So I know who it is. No worries.
Okay. Carmen, these are paid readings tonight. They're $22. There's 4 different ways to make a donation. Pinned to something. Pinned somewhere.
Pinned to comments somewhere in that section.
sent a Venmo. Okay, Sheila.
No worries.
I'm
Thank you.
looking.
Celeste. That's
Okay, I got you,
okay.
Sheila.
Done.
Okay, so we are doing Cheryl.
We are doing Cheryl. Cheryl.
Cheryl Phillips.
Right, that's right. I'm getting a forgiveness here required. Hey, Carmen, how are you?
Ooh. Oh man, I'm feeling a major clog of energy, like between the heart and the throat. It feels like I've got something stuck. Have you been having any kind of issues with your throat lately? Anything? It just feels, I don't know if this is a sore throat, a scratchy throat, or how this energy is presenting to you, but you definitely have some kind of clog going on here, and it is between your heart and your throat. I feel like something needs to be spoken out of you, some kind of truth needs to be said, something needs, I feel like I just need to get something off of my chest. My gosh, I just really need to, I really want to tell somebody where to go. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, who pissed you off? That's what I want to know. Like, where
Put
is
it
this?
politely. Who gave you the shits? Yes. Who
Like,
shitted you off?
who made you so upset? I feel like you've been holding this. It's kind of burning me. It kind of feels like it's just, it might even be presenting as heartburn. If you've been having a lot more acid reflux or heartburn lately, I wouldn't be surprised because I feel it right here. A coworker. Okay. So this coworker really, like, you really want to give them a piece of your mind, but I understand office politics, and it's one of those situations where you're like, I don't feel like I can say something because, it might affect my job in some way. Yes, heartburn. Okay. I'm feeling it like right here in your chest. I need you to understand, as soon as you speak this truth, as soon as you verbalize this, I don't care if it's in your bathroom to yourself in the mirror. I don't care where you say it. You can yell into a pillow for all I care. It does need to come out of you, because right now it's just this clog in between these two very important chakras, the one where your heart allows you to feel authentic love and happiness, and the one where you get to express those things. And we can't do that right now when this anger has just bubbled up and is kind of stuck here because you're not letting it out. Okay. I'm not telling you to go yell at her. Absolutely don't. If you feel like it's going to change your status at work, or threaten your financial stability, don't do that. But by all means, write her a very strongly worded letter, or like I said, yell into a pillow, or just, get it off your chest, because it's just sitting there. It would threaten your, I thought so too. So that's why we've kind of been keeping it to ourselves. I got it, but you got to get that out. Whew, man, it's uncomfortable, and I understand this. Heartburn is not very comfortable either, and you probably didn't even connect those two things together, because you're just living your life trying to be a good person by not, yelling at someone for treating you badly, or misusing you as a coworker in the workplace. And that's what it feels like to me. It feels like they kind of took advantage, and they did something that just kind of, oh man, it was a very uncalled for. It was very uncalled for and not fair to you at all. And I think that if you were to sit down and you were to write out everything that you want to say to this person, your heartburn would go away so fast. Everything, to like tell them like how their words made you feel, because that's really what your voice wants to do. Your voice wants to tell them how much they hurt you, and that's really what has to get out of you. Yes, so true. Okay, try that. Okay, see if it works, because I would hate for you to continue to carry this. It's clogging up your energy. It's making it so you can't concentrate on other things that would, fill your heart, that would give you a sense of pride and fearlessness, is really what I'm seeing. This, like, your solar plexus is literally like, do something, and you're over there
It's a
and you're
horrible
like,
feeling.
I can't
I'm trapped.
because at my job I would like, and so I understand where you're just like, the triggered part of you is just like, kick her freaking ass, and you're like, I can't. Well, it's my job, but you got to do something, girl, because it's really clogging up the works in there, and we don't want to block our blessings by holding this very angry energy inside of us. You got to let it out, okay? Just let it out, all right? Gosh.
Yes, and apparently putting her in the boot of your car is not allowed to by law,
Not
Cheryl.
allowed. Can't do that.
It's a real shame, but sometimes it's a thought. Thoughts run through. You poor thing.
They frown on that.
I know. Apparently they do. Same in Australia. They don't like it either. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know why.
Yep. Darn it. You can't do that.
Really inconvenient, Cheryl.
Yeah, write it down, tear it up into tiny pieces. That might actually feel good too. Just rip it into the tiniest little pieces you can figure, and just get it out. All right. My crystal just came apart. That is so weird.
It what? True.
Yeah, no, like I had a crystal in my hand and I set it down and it came off of the matrix.
Oh dear.
Now there's this little knife looking, ow, Jesus.
Crystal stabbies are not allowed either, Cheryl. No stabbing with crystals.
It literally just stabbed me. Okay, you got to write that stuff down.
Oh, should you?
It literally just.
Cheryl, you've got her crystals coming out into war, mate. Like, oh my
They're
God.
ready. They're like, well, get her.
Stabby.
No.
Stabby.
Don't do it. Don't
do it. It's not worth it.
Don't do it.
Again, don't
do it, mate. No worries.
No worries,
Sorry.
mate.
Sorry.
No worries, mate.
Everything is no worries.
I know, we do.
Sorry.
I know.
We absolutely.
We'd be running scenarios. My mind would be like, "You sure you can't put her in the car? How close to the ditch are you? Do you live near a river?" No, I'm kidding.
You can't do those things. You can't do any of those things for right
I know.
now.
The law sucks sometimes.
I know. It's terrible. I can't even tell where that came from. I'm distracted. Okay, your turn.
Okay. So, Cheryl, take what resonates. You don't have to take everything I say as gospel, but I want you to know something about her, not her personal life. Am I frozen? No, I'm good. But I was frozen for a minute. Not her personal life. We won't go there because we haven't got her permission and things like that. It's unethical to do so.
Yep.
But you need to know there's something going on in her life that she's drowning. And I don't know if there's like a little bit of a disharmony to do with an aggression or something around her energetically herself. So she's misfiring and she's projecting outwardly to others. Part of her has been a little bit like that most of her life, but that's her defense mechanism. It's not actually a full intention. You're just on the receiving end. And you're probably on the receiving end because some piece of you, even though you're going through what Misty's saying, there might be a piece of you that can release it for her as well by doing what Misty said. So it's like paying it forward. You know what I mean? And that stops any attachments to people. It won't change her, but it will change you. It'll change how you feel and how you can cope with it. Because there is a deep desire inside of her not to be that way. You know, sometimes these people that can be frenemies and things like that, there's a wound deep down that they're holding on to, and it really has absolutely nothing to do with others. It's their life. And I feel there's something within her that she is drowning and she's not telling people, or she doesn't tell many, or she's just embarrassed to. So maybe that'll help you when you do your release work to think of her with a bit of compassion and understanding. You don't have to like her. We're not telling there's rules here of like or not like, right? We're talking about the dissolving for both of you so that you don't hold what Misty's seeing and turn that into something that you don't want it to be. So you're going to work on it for yourself, and then it's going to work in resonation for helping her, to help her dissolve and release. So you're not controlling her. You're just wishing the well for her. But she has got something going on, mate. Dead set. That I'd be surprised she hasn't told anybody.
Oh, that makes it
And I feel
harder.
sorry for her. It makes it a lot harder. Oh, you are good friends. Alrighty.
Oh,
What's
she said
going
we
on for
were
her? Do you
good
know?
friends.
Oh, we're
Cheryl
good
feels
friends.
differently.
Oh,
Cheryl feels
we're.
differently now.
Okay.
Understandable,
Yep.
you know, that she might
Yep.
feel like perhaps their friendship isn't as good as she thought.
Yeah, maybe it's not, didn't go as far as you thought it might go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting someone, she may not even understand it, she may not even want it, but I agree with Peggy. She's someone who all her life has never been really seen well in the way she wanted. So she holds an expectation of herself, which is quite low in vibration. She's quite down on herself. But she won't let that go. So we can't force her, right? We can only wish the best for her. So it's like once you heal yourself, it's like sending that healed piece of yourself to her energetically without interfering and wishing her a release. And that will help you to dissolve the anger and the connection. It may not happen overnight too. So miracles can happen. Things can happen overnight when you understand what's going on here from people like us. But it can take time as well. But it's got to start somewhere for your sake. Because I agree with Mystic. You don't want this going anywhere else in the body. Alrighty? So the only way you can dissolve that is with love and compassion. You don't have to like. There's no rules. Not all human beings like one another. Even if they've known each other a period of time, that can fail. But it's a piece of her that she's not dealing with something, I can tell you now. And it's been going on for most of her life. So whether it's a childhood wound or otherwise, we don't know because I haven't got permission to read her. But I can tell you that there is an act of compassion for you here, which is what you release, and then an act of compassion for her by understanding her energetically. So I hope that helps you to release what Misty saw easier and quicker. Because the problem is when you get into these situations with people and that's exchange of gurus going on, it's very hard to get rid of. Because you're like, well, I don't fucking get to say what I want to say, and how dare they do that to me? So you get out of the victim consciousness of that. It's not victim as in negative, victim as in holding on to something. So you get it out. You get it out. The quickest way to do it is you've got to learn to look at them with an understanding that it may not be personal and it might be absolutely nothing to do with you. Alrighty? There might be something going on inside of them that you are not fully aware of. And that helps to shift it overnight or in immediate response. So you go in, you heal yourself with compassion, understanding that you were just reacting. That's okay. That's normal. You're allowed to feel like that. But then you understand that I want that out, so I'm going to have to do something other than just write it on a piece of paper. Writing a piece of paper is really good, works really well, but for some people, then they still hold on to the rest of it, the thought, and the feeling. The feeling doesn't always go. So the only way to do that is dissolve it compassionately. Not easy, but it is possible. So if you can understand her, that'll help you understand why you're feeling what you're feeling, and then the two of you can let each other go. But I still want you to know you can't control her. Do not expect her to turn up tomorrow and kiss you all over like you'd long lost buddies. She may. You may get a miracle like that. Just understand she may not be able to perceive it your way straight away. Or you can hope for her in the future that one day that may happen. Alrighty? So you have no expectation on this other than doing it the right way for you both, especially for you, because you're now getting it physically, which is not good. Okay, my darling? So, yeah. Alrighty. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I'm bossy. I'm sorry. What I mean well. I really do. Because I don't want you to manifest anything more. You're manifesting enough. You're manifesting hurt. You don't need that. You know what I mean? You don't need that either. You're
Hello,
welcome.
Fiona. Thank you for joining us, Fiona.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okie dokie. Cheryl done. So Celeste, are you here, Gaza? You're welcome, Cheryl. You're welcome.
Who's next? You said Celeste.
Celeste Gaza. Donated kindly by Diana. Thank you, Diana, for doing that. That's lovely. Hi, Fiona. There she is. My internet's sticky.
Mine is too.
Oh, it is? Okay. Have that occasionally.
Hey, Angie. Tricky. Hello, Angelita. How are you? Okay, Celeste. I just instantly feel like I want to be wild and free when I connect to Celeste. I feel like I just want to be one of those people that like lives off the land, lives off the grid, make my own rules, walk barefoot through the woods. That I just want to be one with nature, and just I don't want to have. It's not necessarily anarchy per se, but it's like I don't want to have to follow society's rules. I don't want to have to listen to the government. I just want to do my own thing, hashtag van life or whatever. I get this whole free spirited vibe from her. Like, I just want to go. I just want to do. I just want to be free. For whatever reason, I just keep getting this sense of wanting freedom. Yes, ma'am. I've never even seen you before. So this is interesting. So
no, you don't know Celeste. Yeah.
No, I don't know her. So it's like this whole need for freedom. I don't know who has pinned you down or who has tried to control you in your life, but I feel like there's several people that have tried to control you in your life. And it really just goes against the grain for you. It's one of those things where like, don't tell me what to do, because then I will do the exact opposite of it, even if it is the right thing to do, even if it's what I should do. Don't tell me what to do, because I'll do the other thing, and it's like you don't want people to give you advice, because giving you advice is them, pushing their will on you. And it's just like, I have a very strong desire for freedom. I don't know are you an Aquarius? I mean, I don't know what this is.
I am. I get it. we don't like to be controlled. I'm gonna duck. Sorry, Celeste. I'm just gonna do a quick pee.
Wow, the goosebumps are real. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels to me like I just want to get out of this small town, or I just want to go be on an adventure. I just want to be myself. Aquarius rising, of course. But I just don't want to be part of this system. I don't want to be a part of this. And why am I seeing like a platypus right now? What does that have to do with anything? It's the weirdest mammal, right? It's just like an odd duck. It doesn't really feel like it belongs anywhere. Is that how you feel? Do you feel just like you don't belong anywhere? You don't belong here? You don't belong like on this planet with these people? I don't feel like I belong. I feel like I'm separate from all of this. Like I'm here, but separate, Yes. Okay. And so I don't know. To me, it's just like, why do you think you were sent here though? Like, why do you think that you incarnated in this world at this time? Do you feel drawn to explore what hasn't been explored? Or is this something where you should be pulling people up into this energy with you, this energy of the stars? Because I'm definitely feeling energy of the stars here. Show me where. I'm seeing 2 stars, the Sirius stars. So is this, you're a Sirius star seed, and it just feels to me like you're waiting for everybody else to figure it out. You're waiting for everyone to figure you out. But it's like, I just don't feel the desire to explain things to people. I don't feel like I shouldn't have to explain it to people. They should be able to see me. They should be able to see who I am, what I am. They should be able to see underneath all this. They should see me. I want to be seen, but I don't want any responsibilities. It's such an interesting balance inside of you. It's like, I want to be free. I want to get out of here. I don't want any part of this, but see me. see who I am. It's really like, it's a very interesting combination. It's like some fire energy and some air energy, but underneath it all, you got this water that's just like, I want to feel important. Sounds like me 100%. Yeah, that's what it just feels like. It feels to me like you're you don't want to belong, but you want everyone to need you, but you don't want to have to help anyone, but you like helping people. It's just such contradictory energy. I bet you've got some really um placements in your astrological chart. I bet you there are some different conjunctions and stuff that just make everything hard. That's what it feels like to me, that you're just, you know working against yourself, which makes it hard when you're your own worst enemy. It just makes, I do, my birth chart is interesting. Yeah, that's what it seems like to me, that just you've got a lot to overcome personally and through your own energy. And so I would honestly try working on that. Like, have you looked up what those different placements, like what you're supposed to be learning through that, what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be overcoming different like life lessons and obstacles? This feeling of separateness that you have, I mean, it's imaginary, obviously, because we are all one here. So that is just something that you have to overcome. You have to allow people to let you into their fold. You have to allow people to get close to you, to love you, to feel like you're important to them. I just feel like you've kind of kept yourself separate. And it could be because of these people in your life that have tried to control you, whether it be, a male parental figure or older siblings. There's people in your life that have just tried to control you. And it just feels like, now I just keep people away. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want anyone to hurt me. I feel like you have a very sensitive heart. So it's like you're like, nothing bothers me, easy breezy, but then you just are very soft hearted, and it's like, it's very contradictory. Yes, I'm currently doing that and figuring what I want to do with the rest of my life. Yeah, I can see you just going on some type of what do you call it, when you travel,
Sabbatical.
sabbatical, like when you travel to try and like find yourself. I can see that. I can see you going to Egypt. I can see you traveling. You're not wearing shoes somewhere. I don't know. There's something about you and shoes. You just don't like shoes. But I can see you doing these things and going these places and like trying to find purpose, trying to find meaning, trying to find, the core of you, yourself. And I think that's what you should try and do. I think you should try and travel. I think you should try and get outside of this kind of this container that you've been in. I think you should just try that. Go on a little voyage, a journey to the center of the self. That's what I see for you. That's the advice I have for you. The message I have for you is like, you've got all this energy. Egypt, yeah, that's seeing. I can see that. I can see you being there. I do feel like it's going to kind of something for you if you can get to Egypt. It's going to kind of connect for you with life energy of being there. Um, you were a male during that time, but you'll feel the energy, and it'll unlock things energetically for you. Not necessarily memories, although it could, because of your Aquarius rising. You're definitely going to feel a connection to that. You might be pulled there for that reason. Absolutely, with the pyramid. And I'm gonna say that you feel a connection to the, because you helped get there. I'm not one of those people that's like, humans made the pyramids. I don't think so at all, but I do feel you were there and you were part of that process. So something that's really gonna like click for you. I personally feel like we all go through like these checkpoints and everything in our life, and sometimes we meet people that like open up, opportunities for us energetically and on our soul timeline and stuff like that. And I think that's one of those things that's gonna help you kind of click things into place. All right, that's what I got for her.
Syrians did a lot of work with the pyramids in Egypt and things like that. So her Syrian side could be very drawn to there. But also
Oh
with
yeah, I did.
Sedona,
I got the
Celeste,
twin. I got the twin stars, the Sirius
Oh, you
A.
did too. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah,
Apologize. That
yeah.
it's
No,
very
no.
important here.
I was just validating what you just said.
Yep. Okay. And Sedona, Celeste, I get you needing to go somewhere that is a little bit hippie, spiritual, like Sedona. Not that Sedona's hippie, but that where people go on little retreats. And I'm not
Absolutely
suggesting
hippie.
like ayahuasca and all that jazz. I'm talking, and they go into a tent and they do a ritual and they do self-discovery. You need to bring something out of you. And I see like a massive tent looking thing, and I go, well, that's very Sedona, where they go and they find themselves, they go into the ley lines, the good lines there, and they connect and they bring up from the earth a piece of themselves that they haven't got right now. And that's what I'm seeing you doing. I see it drawing up out of from the inner earth. So there's a piece of you that is connected into inner earth as well. And I see that drawing up into your body. So you need to go and do something that's a little bit out of the box like that. For you especially, there's something there for you in that area of Sedona. Okay, so you could have a spiritual family connection, so other Syrians or people that are just on that same timeline ascension level that you're at. You need to connect with others. There's a group of them somewhere there. So it's either Egypt and Sedona or one or the other, but those places, you need to migrate to these people. There's like a soul family connection or something there that's going to bring out your abilities and it's going to make you realize what you're actually here for. They're really going to be great for you in that aspect, alrighty? It's like that soul fragment piece is missing. They've not that they've got it, but you coming together is going to create it and come from out of that spot for you, alrighty? And then you'll be fine. It's going to take you a little while though. I agree with Misty, you refuse a lot of things. So it's like they bring in stuff for you. They bring in energetically a timeline or a manifest or somebody or a whatever. And I get you picking it up and then dropping it. It's almost like it just doesn't hold enough interest or something like that. So that's the bit you're going to have to change. So going to these places, what we're talking about, that is where you're going to learn to grab hold of people, grab hold of the energy, grab hold of a belief, a change, a piece of you. Because Aquarian's energy, I'm an Aquarius, we're so used to doing shit alone that we forget to ask other people. We really do, because we got this I know inside of us, right? And we do actually. Aquarians do know. We all know, but Aquarians have that little bit of I know. Because they can be know-alls, but they can also be very gifted. So they have an empathic, natural understanding of everything. They see everything differently. They can break it down to 1,000 yeses and answers and responses. But you're not holding on to that. So you need to go and search for it. And that's the only way it's going to happen for you. It's not going to happen where you are. The energy is not where you are. The energy is, I agree with Misty, is you've got to go out and go and find it. Alrighty. So Egypt and Sedona. Now, I don't know if it's Sedona, center of Sedona, or it's around that area somewhere where you will find these people. So start going to the spiritual groups, go and find them. Go type in Sedona spiritual retreats, something. And I'm not talking about going into the big ones where they charge a damn fortune. I'm just talking about the ones that you could just maybe even just spend a couple of bucks to get there and just sit with them and be with them. You don't even have to pay for a great big anything retreat. It's just being around those people, and they will then come in and be drawn to that part of you. Otherwise, you're going to stay where you are, and not much is going to happen at all. It's almost like her life goes dunk and stops. So bugger that. That's boring.
Bugger that.
That's boring. Very boring.
It's very boring.
Too boring, especially for someone in a light soul like herself. So, yep, put your shoes on, then take your shoes off when you get there. You can't go to the airport without your shoes. So take some shoes and go and have a damn good time. She just needs to bust out. She really needs to bust the hell out.
Well, she did say that she's, you said, I don't know what's stopping you. And she was like, fear. And at that moment, at that exact moment, I just picked up my deck and literally lost courage is the card that came out. Like something has taken her sense of empowerment away, and she needs to take it back.
That's because where she is just not fulfilling her. It's just not enough for her energetically, people, everything. She's got to grow. She really needs. It's like that those that are with her. Those that work with her energy, everything. They're just waiting for her to bust out, and then
Yep.
they will open the doors. It's as simple as that, Celeste. So you're actually very lucky. It's that simple. All you do now is put the money aside, make the plan. Even if it's not for a year or two, it doesn't matter. Just put it forward. Go, I'm going
Yes.
to grow, and I'm going to go there to do it. That's it. That's all you got to do. All righty. And then I get you settling
Take
down.
the first
Your energy's
step,
not
and
as
the universe will
bubbly.
start opening the
Absolutely.
doors for you.
Absolutely. Because that's where you're being pulled to. Absolutely. Like, Caroline also got Java. I don't know. Where's Java, Caroline? Is that like an Indonesian country, or
Where's Java?
is it Indonesia? I'm not even sure. So she might have a few spots that in her lifetime she'll go to.
I don't know where Java is.
Yeah, I think it's an Indonesian. You have to tell me, Caroline. I can't remember. Yeah, Diana, she's only got the fear because she's bored and feels a little bit disconnected, alone where she is. That's all. So this is her self-discovery, where she'll feel passionate and she'll feel like-mindedness. Yeah, I thought it might have been, etc. And that'll get rid of her fear. It'll drive her straight into the next stage of her life if she's wanting to do that. So, yeah, I think it might be Indonesia too, Caroline. I'm not sure either. I've heard of it.
Of course you're bored.
Keep getting Indonesia.
She's like, I am bored. Of course you're bored. You're an Aquarius rising. You're bored immediately after you start anything.
That is true. Unless you desire. So if it's an absolute desire and a passion, well, then you'll grab on it. So you got to find that. That's what you've got to find, is that little bit of passion. So.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Yeah, but that's how it should be. Thank you. Just thought it is an island in Indonesia. I thought so. Thanks, Caroline.
Great message.
All right, darling. It was a great message.
That was a great
message. Exciting.
That was
such great messages. Such great messages.
I love it.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So we got Miss Linda Stanley.
Linda Stanley.
Linda Stanley.
Linda
Stanley.
I appreciate you too, Celeste. Thank you for bringing your energy in tonight.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe they do need to go together. There you are, Diana. That'll give you a passion. Off you go. Go and travel the world together. Go to somewhere that's wonderfully exciting. Go do something weird and wonderful. Yes, it is.
Have an adventure.
Koreans get bored. They've got to have something that's a bit different.
Let's see what we got from us.
Okay.
Oh, Linda, I don't know if this has already come about for you, or if this will be, or if this is a euphemism for something, but I heard clear as day, house sitting for a friend. So I don't know if you know somebody that's possibly going out of town and looking for somebody to take care of their house or their dog at their house or whatever. But this seems to me like a change of pace for you to kind of get out of your own energy for a while, because sometimes we spend so much time in our house or in our own personal bubble that we're missing valuable opportunities for change. And I know that you have been looking for change lately, like you're really kind of trying to do the spiritual work, and you're trying to trying to get in a better place for yourself energetically after you're bought with cancer, which way to go. But I just feel like perhaps we need to step outside of our bubble and go elsewhere for a time, even if it's just overnight or a weekend or something. But it just feels to me like, house sitting for a friend, or if you're in conversation with somebody and they're like, oh yeah, we're going out of town, do you need somebody to keep an eye on your house? Because I can, and just offer, really, because I think the change of scenery, the change of energy would be good for you.
Yeah, I got the same, like an invitation for something. So I don't know what that would, an invitation to.
In the ocean.
Oh,
some type of invitation somewhere,
mm,
right? Just to
yep.
kind of get out of the cycle, get off the hamster wheel, pretty much energetically. So I am excited. How is your fur baby, Mirantha? I am excited to see what this next year brings for you, because I do see so many things happening for you, like in your chest, in your heart energy, not necessarily physically your chest. I don't think that's something. Husband and I just took a weekend away, first one since my diagnosis. Wonderful. So
Beautiful.
that would be what they're talking about, that break in the monotony, that change of pace, change of scenery. How do you feel energetically since you went outside of your bubble and came back? Do you feel anything kind of like different and in your energy? Did you feel any kind of like a release of maybe like some tension or something when you left for the weekend? Did I tell you to go away for the weekend? I feel like I might have. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But
She might have, Linda. She is bossy.
I'm a Capricorn. I can't help it. I'm a manager at heart. But it just feels to me like something had to release. Something kind of had to. It's like it felt peace. You feel peaceful. I love that for you, and I really want you to keep that energy. All right. I don't. Weird. I'm hearing wind chimes right now, and I just feel like, do you have any wind chimes? Because I really think this is great for you. It's a good time of year to have a set of wind chimes. Yes, you told me to break the humdrum. Oh, look at that. I've got the same message for you. We're like, I love that. And I never remember anything. I tell
No,
anything.
I'm a
It's
shocker. I
just
don't.
like it's just like in and it goes out and it's done, it's gone, it's in the universe. You have a porch full. Okay, because I'm hearing all these wind chimes, and I think maybe if we sit out there at night, and watch the sun go down, or just kind of just to be in nature, that's a beautiful habit for you to have. How have we done with is it painting that you're showing me? Yes, painting. Okay, so I'm just seeing you drawing like basic stuff, I don't know if you have a desire to paint or what, but I'm seeing you not necessarily watercolors, because I don't think those are easy to work with, but I'm just seeing you with
Abstract,
like, huh?
like an abstract. We just stand back and throw paint. That's still art.
Day in, day out was needing a change. Yes, absolutely. We're needing a change. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm seeing you just like, honestly, like I'm just seeing you like painting a big yellow sun, just starting with something super basic, like a yellow ball,
Laughing
for
because I
God's
just saw
sake.
yellow.
Did you?
There
Yeah.
is.
And so this is
Yes, I've
all,
got a
this
flash
is
of yellow.
this yellow, of course, correlates with the solar plexus, which is the energy of, well, let's see here. I got a little cheat sheet. Your endurance, your endurance, and your ability, your strong will, and being open to change. Your fear center is located in your solar plexus as well. So it's interesting that we're both seeing yellow for you, because I know that we have struggled with the energy of fear since you got your cancer diagnosis, and the year that it
Except
took
mine.
you to go through the whole process of beating cancer. But you did, and I do have to remind you that you did, and so you overcame that very difficult situation. I actually have a big yellow metal song hung in my yard I refurbished last year. Look, you're resonating with the color yellow, and that's wonderful because it gives us courage. And yellow is a very healing color as far as like your lymphatic system, and just, how your body is processing things. Um, I do really love, I would love if you could like wear yellow That would be great, to incorporate some chromotherapy into your life, to look at some yellow things, to paint some yellow things, to wear yellow clothes. It just feels like this is going to be like empowering for you. Because I feel like this peaceful feeling that you have, I want you to keep that. I want you to stay in this peaceful energy, but I want you to feel like you're taking back control of your life from this. But I definitely want you to paint something yellow. Maybe you can paint the big sun that's in your yard, and this is going to help, your creative energy, and as well as like the yellow empowering color that we need. You can also like perhaps incorporate like essential oils for that chakra would be like lemongrass or lavender. Maybe just using lavender like to relax you, to help you sleep at night. Put a little bit behind your ears so you can kind of smell it when you lay down and go to sleep. You don't want to put on your pillows. It's greasy, But that's what I have for you, Linda. I feel like this peaceful energy, I don't know what it is you released, but I do feel like there's been some energy in your house like accumulated over your illness. There's this whole bunch of fear energy. I would love for all that energy to dissipate and to clear out, for you to just knock it out with some sage and be done with it. Like, get out of here.
It right off. Yeah.
Clear your space of all that, because you beat it. You don't have to have that energy around you anymore. And if you feel peaceful just leaving for a weekend, then that's definitely telling you that energy is in your house. So learn how to sage, look it up on the internet or whatever, learn how to sage, and then clear that energy out of your house. Hopefully all that fear will dissipate, because I told you once, and I'll tell you 100 more times, you don't have to have cancer again. You don't have to worry about that coming back. It's not going to. I'm guaranteeing that to you right now. Like I got that message clear as day. This is not going to be an issue for you again, and you don't need to worry about that. I told you were going to beat it, and you did. And I'm telling you that you're not going to get it again. All right?
It should be 100% on that, because I'm seeing the same. I'm seeing that it was just something to do with her past that needed to be closed, and she decided to do it this way. So I agree. Yep. Congratulations on that anyway, Linda, for beating cancer. I have been there, so I know how hard that is, and how you're only at the first stages of walking into your new life, and how you will feel very different. It's going to take you time, because you're going to be exhausted. Alrighty. So the things I got to do with the flashy yellow and the same things. But before that, I got that you needed something antibacterial probiotic for your stomach. So now I know why. It was the cancer.
Colon cancer, yeah.
Colon, okay. So you need, it won't be effective immediately, because you've still got some other things there that you're clearing out to do with the cancer, right? To do with what you had to go through and how you feel and chemicals and all that jazz. But you're needing, I don't know if you're having stomach bowel issues still, but there's a little cleanup that needs there to fix the bacteria that's in your stomach. It's sort of high up above the bowel itself. There's an area there that's just not happy. And so anything antibacterial in a way, or back to fix bacteria, so it's probiotic, kefirs, I would do it very, very slowly, because a lot of that stuff can be quite can punch you hard a little bit when you're trying to use it. You've got to really introduce it very, very slow. So like if it's even a probiotic, I would break that down into quarters. So if it's a powder in a capsule, pour it out into little quarters and just get a pinch, so that your body doesn't feel like it's going to be overloaded with something else. Your body needs time, because you're going to now learn to re-speak to your body, and you're going to relearn and change how you communicate with yourself and how you feel about yourself. You don't even know who you are right now, alrighty? Trust me, I've been here. And also, I'm getting feet with you. Feet and legs, you need a massage or a rub or some attention to do with those areas of your body as well, alrighty? They have held up a lot of emotion for a very long period of time, and they are feeling like they deserve a bit of attention. You know what I mean? You probably need it all over your body, but at the moment, I'm getting the lower area, okay? So you have some work to do, but the work that you're going to do is not homework or hardship or expectations of you having to be anything other than what you are right now. The only thing you do need is that you need to learn to re-communicate with your body. You need to talk to yourself in a totally different way. And what I did when I was coming out of mine, I had to learn to speak to my heart. I had to come out of my body, even though I was too damn exhausted to give a rat's ass. I can assure you, I'm not supposed to be here, and I didn't go through mine. I chose to walk and I went, I'm a true Aquarius. Oh, I can figure this out myself. I was stubborn. But my stubbornness eventually taught me how to love myself. I learned to speak to my heart, let my heart and my body know that I've been through a lot right now, so I'm not going to ask too much of myself, and that's okay. Don't have such a high expectation of, as you're coming out of your healing, to have 100% I'm good to go. Alrighty, that's going to take time. Probiotics, yes, darling. So you find something not too high dose, something that is really gentle. So even it's a bit of yogurt with a probiotic. Try not to go for too high sugars and things like that, because I don't know why I do that with yogurts, because it kills the probiotic. It works against it. So something that doesn't have sugars. So that's why I thought maybe a tablet, because it's just straight probiotic. You can, I don't know where you are, but in Australia we can get like a medical dose. But I used to just break it into little bits, and I just put a little pinch of the powder, and I would take that. But I want you to learn to breathe. I want you to have a respect and a reprieve, and accept where you are right now and celebrate that. I don't want you even to give a shit what you're doing tomorrow, to be honest. And I agree with Misty, finding something that gives you a passion and a place where you can just sit and not think too much, because you're going to be in a very high emotional state at the moment, like really high emotional state, and you've got to be very careful of the fear. So breathing, sitting peacefully with yourself. I'm happy to send you something, a meditation, some light language, just for you to listen to someone else waffle on, so you're not inside your head. Or go onto my page. There's heaps of meditations that we've all done as a group and on our own together. Plenty of videos on my page. You're welcome to go and use those. The energy stays in those. You just need to not really sit fully inside your physical body right now, because your physical body is exhausted. It doesn't want to know anymore. Alrighty, this is about just the part of you, the emotional part, the loving part, learning to say to yourself, you know what, I got through something that I didn't think I could ever get through, and I did a damn good job about it, and I've got a right to feel awesome. I've got a right to be grateful that I made this happen. So breathing, anything that creates time slowing down. Time slows down, because you've just been through a rapid something. Time slowing down, where it's just quiet, it's peaceful, it's gentle. It doesn't even matter if you got out of your jammies today at the moment, you know, and things like that. So don't have too much an expectation on your future. You focus entirely on where you are now, okay? Yeah, she's got a little way to go, but congratulations, mate, for what you had to go through and where you are. That takes a lot of guts, takes a lot of balls to get through that. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It really isn't. And you will not even really know who you are right now. I want you to be aware of that. You don't know yourself right now. You only know cancer. That's it. The rest of you hasn't existed for a long period of time. So please be kind to her and be gentle, but speak to her heart. I want you to speak to yourself like you would speak to a dear best friend that you love and with all your heart, that has just been through hell. I want you to speak to yourself in a way like that, someone who has suffered. I want that part of you to hear how much you are grateful and how much you do love yourself for what you have actually come through. She's got to know that you see her, alrighty? So don't be hard on her, please. Don't feel bad if you don't even know what to do today and things like that. So your life has to be a little bit simple at the moment so that you can come out of the fear. Alrighty, because that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing once you've been through all this is getting on top of the fear. That's the part that is really, sometimes it's even harder than what you bloody had to go through. That I remember feeling, I used to shake inside. I was so terrified when I knew that it had gone. I was terrified to the core, and I used to shake and things like that. So I had to learn to talk to myself with gratitude and gentleness, like talking to someone who has suffered and been to war and just needs to know that they're okay. Alrighty. Very hard because it's only just recent, so it's going to take you time, but you can do it. I'm proof that it can be done, Linda. I'm proof. I still have my days where I have doubts and fears, but I get on top of those as quick as. And I don't do it in a way where I'm hard on myself. I do it in a way where I go, it's okay, mate. Look how far you've come. It's all right to occasionally have a little step back where you just don't feel like yourself. So gentle, baby, loving steps. That's all that matters right now. And anything in your life, so it's painting, hubby, friends, whatever involves love for you and is easy, that's your now moment. That's where you live. Alrighty, until you have the strength to create more. So therefore, I'm pretty much saying to you, I give you permission to not really have to live a life that's grand. You know what I mean? You live a simple life. That's your reward, Linda. Your reward right now is that you get to live how you want to live, peacefully and simply. That's all that matters to you. Alrighty. I feel ya. I remember just talking to you. I can remember mine. I remember how I felt, and it's a process. Alrighty. So please take it really easy and don't be hard on yourself. Alrighty. Yeah. And if you need a meditation, need someone to waffle onto you, I'll voice message you and send you something. You can sit and listen to me. Alrighty. You can sit and listen to my advice for 10, 15 minutes. That'll make you go, damn it. No, now I've got to focus on the now. This woman's annoying. No. It just, sometimes I do that for people because it sends a vibration, because I know the language of cancer and I also know the language without cancer. So therefore I have an understanding of what's going on inside of you. So I may even be able to send you a vibration or a something through my light language and toning and speaking to you. That just gives you somewhere else to sit without having to think for yourself. You know what I mean? Even if it's only 10, 15 minutes, it's better than nothing. So I've already written a note before you said yes. I'm lovely, aren't I? Free will my ass. I go, send her a thingy. She didn't ask. I said, I don't care. I'm still sending it.
Okay, I'm sending it. It's whatever.
I'm sending it anyway. Don't care. I don't follow the rules. All right, darling. Much love. Much love.
Thank you, Linda.
I'll send that in a couple of days. All righty. I've got a bit of a busy weekend, so bear with me. All righty. Thanks, Linda. Sandra. Yeah. Have a night, mate.
Okay. Hi, Sandra. The messages that I'm getting for you have a lot to do with your inner child, allowing your inner child to play, playing with young people, playing with children, allowing yourself to experience that carefree energy of playing and relaxing and like really embracing the inner child that didn't necessarily get to feel free, didn't get to have that childhood wonder and joy. It just feels to me like maybe possibly not the best childhood for you, and so I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much to say about that, but I am getting a very strong indication that it's time for you to embrace like that childlike wonder of newness and new experience, and swinging on swings and just riding a bicycle and just playing, even if it's just wrestling with your spouse, or if you're not married, just like play wrestling with your grandkids or something. It just feels like this is something that I personally struggle with. But that's what I'm being told for you. There's something that you need in your life is like a carefree kind of embracing simplicity and embracing laughter and joy. Okay. I am feeling like you've kind of had a very rough life. Dance like no one is watching. Yeah, dance. I mean, shoot. Play games, play, video games or something. If that's not something you do, just do something that you just really didn't have a lot of time for, didn't have a lot of opportunity for, wasn't given the chance to do as a child for whatever reason. We'll just leave that at that. It just feels to me, like there are some emotions in your life that you have not had enough of. And we want you to become more familiar with that, so that you can recognize when that feeling bubbles up and who that feeling comes to you around. Like I we want you to find your tribe. We want you to recognize your soul family. Okay. And this is going to help you do that if you can kind of embrace the more carefree, the lighthearted side of life, where it's not necessarily just not caring about life responsibilities or anything like that, but allowing yourself that freedom to just kind of be just like a kid would be. That's what I'm feeling for you. And it also reminds me that, like, sometimes like you have like a security stuffed animal or something, like, or like a security item, security blanket. I'm personally seeing like a teddy bear. I find that and I seem to lose it again. That is understandable. I totally understand that. And sometimes life can become very stressful. Look, I get that. I'm over here existing in two different worlds at the same time almost every day. And sometimes the 3D world can overshadow that and kind of pull me away from that for a time, because it is so very overwhelming and it is so very serious, and I get it. So what we're saying is just, and I just keep saying we because it's not just me, but we're saying that it's time for you to find that element again, that you've kind of had a nice little stray down the path, but it's time for you to get back on the path, for that balance, for that joyful, youthful energy to kind of be a part of you again. I'm just seeing something about ice cream. Do you really like ice cream? Like, does it make you happy? Some people really love ice cream. I know my daughter does. My daughter is an ice creamaholic. So any kind of ice cream really makes her happy. And so I have a teddy bear from when I was young. I play a lot with my 3 fur babies. I did see your teddy bear and it did look like it was really old, and I'm glad you still have that. And it reminds you of when you had less stressful times, but it also brings you a little bit of sadness, I feel. But I don't want you to think about that when you hold your teddy bear. I want you to connect with the little child in you, okay? So I want you to treat yourself to ice cream, okay? If you do like ice cream, I want you to treat yourself to your favorite ice cream, like once a week. It doesn't even have to be a lot. It can just be one scoop of ice cream, but it's something that you're giving to that little kid inside of you, because it is a little kid that loves the ice cream, that has a sweet tooth. I can see her. I can feel her. And I feel like she just didn't get enough. She didn't get enough of all those things that brought her so much happiness as a child. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I feel like your childhood was a bit lonely and sad. It is packed in a box as I'm moving. Oh, your little teddy bear? Okay, just don't lose it. Okay. I'm like, the ice cream's packed in a box? No, drink it. Are you up soon? No, you're not. You're way down my list. We got 2 more people, right?
2 more, yeah.
We got Sandra, Aldo, and then Sheila. So you still got a little bit of a wait, Sheila. I feel like this new location is actually going to be good for you. I don't know. I'm just feeling a lot of breezes here. It feels a little salty. kind of excited about the vibe of this, please. There's definitely going to be some opportunities for you to make new friends. It's going to be one of those situations, though, where you kind of have to venture out into your environment in order to find these friends. Of course, moving to a new place, you're not going to really know that many people. I want you to like maybe take some kind of a class or something that just, I won't lose it, I treasure it. I've lost lots of people in my life. Yeah, I'm seeing that. There's been a lot of sadness. But this place that you're going to, I feel like I want you to take a class, some kind of class where you're like learning how to do something with other people, and you guys can all just kind of be like, I don't really know how to do this together. It's just that feeling of camaraderie where we're all idiots, whether it be like a cooking class or like a pottery class or something where you're learning how to do with other people and you're all in the same boat. I think that would be great for you when you move to your new neighborhood. Or even like yoga or something, they're just making me feel like you're not incredibly extroverted. I feel like you're a little bit more of an introvert. I had 6 people in my life pass. I was close to the year my mom died. Well, but you didn't. Okay, so we got to make that distinction. You did not pass. You are still here. It is okay for you to live. It is okay for you to have joy in your life. It is okay for you to experience happiness. There's no room for survivor's guilt inside of you. Do you understand? There's too much life to be lived here. If you were meant to stop living, you would have, and you didn't. So sometimes I'm just blunt. I can't help it. That is me. It's time for you to like really just kind of get back to the business of happiness. Honestly, there are lifetimes that we have where we experience great amounts of loss. And I feel like you're in that right now. And the purpose of this is all of these losses that you have that hurt your heart, people that are close to you, people that you love. The purpose of experience all of these losses is so you can get to a point of emotional detachment, because we feel such a strong emotional attachment to the people in our lives that are close to us. And that is because they have been there for us in many ways, shapes, and forms. And some of them are family members, and it's like we form these emotional attachments and kind of like a codependency with the people in our lives that are important to us. And so we have to go through a detachment process with grieving, and that helps us to learn what love truly is. Because sometimes we just think, that love it comes and goes, like relationships and things like that. But truly it doesn't. It's the only vibration, the only feeling or emotion that has such a strong vibration. It withstands the test of time, space, and the ethers. It is always constant and forever existing, within us, because we are light and we are love. So love is forever. And when you experience great amounts of loss, like you have experienced, and you kind of come to terms with that and realize the love I have for these people is never going to go away just because they're not physically in front of me. It lasts forever and never, And it's really hard to learn that lesson, but it's really important. And so, it just, not that it's easier when people pass away after you figured that out, but it doesn't break you as much as it did before, knowing that even if they're not physically here, that the love and the connection that we had will last forever. I am living proud of my growth. I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of you too. And I can't wait for this next chapter in your life. It's going to be a good one. Back to you, Miranda. Oh, is she frozen? Oh, she's doing a thing. Okay, never mind.
Bloody hell. Sorry,
You're,
Sandra.
you're
I
frozen.
keep freezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Everything. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, Sandra. Bloody thing. I'm pressing buttons and nothing's happening. Okay, so what I've got is extra. I've got a lot of download and coding and energetics running around you like a big Stargate running everywhere. So I feel like they're up leveling you. They're taking you into where you're going to go for a specific reason. There's something here that you're going to share with people that you will meet. Now, there's something to do with your journey. It's like I see you writing your, not like a memoir, but I'll get you sharing your thoughts with other people. But I actually get you writing things down. I really do. And I get you, I don't know. I just feel there's a new ability or a sense of who you really are of yourself that's going to come in and help people to shift and shine a little. It's like a compassionate act of some sort. And you're nearly ready for that. So everything you've gone through has been for a damn good reason. It's like you have the ability to open up other people's hearts because of things they have gone through. You have a compassionate understanding and a willingness to help them grow through that. So whether it's done through spiritual work or it's just sometimes you see writing, that's just someone's journal. Doesn't mean they're going to write a book or anything. Sometimes it's just what they've been storing in their mind or writing down as little bits of journals and things. But there's something in that. There's something that you would like to say to other people that represents what you've gone through. So it's like a bit like we do. So explaining to them, so they've been through something traumatic or something hard, you can say, well, I understand that I've been there and this is how the process I used to get out of it, or the process I've used to survive through it. So it's like a little survival technique that you can share with others, if you want to put it that way. And I get you drawn to do so. And I get you around, there's 2 or 3 people that you'll be around that they're going to share something about themselves that will trigger this in you, and you go, oh my God, maybe I should help other people in this way. Maybe I can do this to help them. So open up hearts. Well, there you go. Let's on the second person that's told you that. And it actually comes to me childhood. There's a little girl, I'm saying the same. There's something about her that she didn't receive, and she has it now, so therefore she can give a piece of it. That's why. So I felt that she was tied and she's not allowed to speak or say or whatever during her youthful years. But now she can. She has a voice. So her voice is what will carry her forward and give her the chance to do that. But people, once they hear you speak and share your worth and your story and a bit about what you know now, what you've learnt, they're going to be drawn to that. Alrighty. So whether I even get you around like a community, so whether it's a spiritual community or otherwise, but there's a community situation here that will bring that out in you. It'll give you the confidence. And as the confidence comes up, that's when the knowledge and information will also come through. And you'll be a bit surprised at what you're going to say. You're like, oh, I didn't realize I knew that much, or I knew that now, things like that. And that's going to give you it's not so much a hobby, but it's just going to give you a sense of worth and a sense of belonging. So start writing things down. Start writing even your dreams, your thoughts, your journey, what you've gone through, how you felt during that, and how you feel now. Look for the differences. Look for the accelerated learning and lessons that you went through in that time period, and keep a little record of them. Even if you don't remember it all, doesn't matter, just the bits that are necessary. Because when you're going to need that when you move on, you're going to need to look back and read on it so you don't forget anything. And then, yes, I get the heart awakener, as they're calling you, the heart awakener, the one who awakens heart. And I get a Yeshua energy around you and things like that. So it's the act of compassion, alrighty? Your energy may connect to Mary, Yeshua vibration, to do with compassion and healing and loving others. And I get a feeling that's the energy that you're working with right now as well, alrighty? So it is exciting. So again, keep a record, because you've got so much going on shortly that you might need it in a year's time. And you go, oh, crops, I can't remember it all. So write it down, alrighty? There's going to be stuff in there that you will share that is very important, even to the awakening process of humanity, alrighty? There's something there to do with Yeshua, Miriam, etc. Okay? So don't forget to do that. Don't forget to do that. It's important that you remember. There may be things you think that aren't important right now, but they will be important when the time's ready, Alrighty, so don't worry about what you get now. Don't go, oh, I better do something with this. No, this is for later. This is just you gathering, alrighty, gathering information for the future. So I do get a healing energy around you. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes. Keep in touch and let me know what happens, please. Let me know if you wish to, what you get and what you feel. But call in those vibrations. Call them in. Ask them to guide you, to help you. Alrighty? Because you're going to need their understanding of compassion and that depth to help you to be that compassionate. Alright? Let them share that love with you. Alrighty, darling, that's the only extra I got. I was writing, so I didn't forget. As I said, write stuff down because us girls at this age forget stuff.
Yep.
Alrighty, darling.
You do.
All that time. All that time. All right,
All
thanks,
the time.
Sandra. No worries, you're welcome. Aldo. And then Sheila.
Well,
LDO. Thanks for waiting, Aldo.
hello, Aldo. I have been informed that I need to ask your permission to connect to your energy. Hi, Linda. Thank you. You have been working with your Kundalini energy lately, is that correct? Just feels to me. So the Kundalini energy comes from the base of the spine, and it is something that you can experience when you are trying to get into a trance state or a meditative state or doing breathing exercises, things of that nature. It kind of feels like a tingling sensation that starts at the base of the spine and it travels up into your third eye and activates kind of like a DMT psychedelic response. Have you felt this tingling sensation coming from the base of your spine and traveling up? It doesn't have to go all the way up. I just have felt it. I felt it making its way. You get about yay, and then it goes back down. Not quite the spirit tingles that you would feel when spirit is around. It's a little different. I just feel really in a calm state. Okay, so we have to talk about the Kundalini energy because the Kundalini energy is, they call that like the snake rising. Okay, and like I said, it kind of helps get your third eye going. It helps to kind of open you up, open your consciousness, and create the energy where you can download information and raise your vibration into a higher state of consciousness. So mellow lately. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Mellow is good. Okay. Mellow is really good. So, in order for you to kind of work on the Kundalini energy, then we need to start doing like deep breaths and shallow breaths together. Okay. So, it's like you take a shallow breath in and then you let it out in a deep, long breath. Okay. Shallow breath in and then let it out in a deep. And it kind of like you're pulling the energy up from like the depth of you. Right? I don't have another way to explain it. Mirantha and I talked about, you should do a class. She says, you should do a class. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain the way I do things. And it's just, bear with me. I'm working on it. But this is what I'm getting, like a, So it's kind of like forcing yourself to kind of like breathe through your abdomen and just pull the energy up. Am I explaining exhaust? Okay, good. Then we're getting somewhere. Perfect. So that's what we're doing. And then, a little bit of a deeper breath every time, and it takes a little bit longer. And we're pulling the energy up the spine, consciously pulling it up, pulling it through the abdomen, pulling it up into the chest, into your brain. Okay. And you can do this when you're feeling mellow. That's the best time to do it. And so I feel like we had to talk about this because, like I said, there's steps in your evolutionary process. And this Kundalini energy, getting in touch with this Kundalini, is the energy of creation. Okay. It's the energy that the body feels when it's going to orgasm, but this is not an orgasm. It's like a bodygasm or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it just kind of opens up your third eye, and it helps you kind of really get into a cool state of mind where you're more aware of everything around you and how it all connects. It's almost like seeing the blueprints. Whenever you look at a building, you can see the blueprints, you can see where everything is, where all the lines are, why it was created. The Kundalini energy is important in that process. Do you have red crystals that you keep on you? Because I'm seeing like some red jasper or something. Do you wear crystals as like grounding to ground you? Because I'm feeling that. I'm feeling this like grounding energy with you, like just a pull with some kind of a crystal that's red. This is the root chakra, of course. And I do feel like, are you already connected with this clairaudience that they're talking about? I do got a carnelian on my hand, a bracelet. Okay, I'm seeing the red crystal. This is good for your root chakra to connect you, to ground you. Let's talk about the clairaudience. Okay, clairaudience, I think, is just a super cool spiritual gift that people have, a very strong clairaudience. And the interesting thing about it, that's the ones where you hear things, where you hear messages, but sometimes it starts like you're hearing it in your own voice. It could be that you hear it in other voices. I personally tell people, don't be surprised if you think you're talking to yourself all the time, but you're getting messages from spirit and you're getting messages from the universe. I mean, who wants to think they're crazy by hearing lots of different voices? You know what I mean? It's baby steps. It's like when you can understand and accept messages and have faith in what you're hearing and have faith in what you're receiving, then you'll start hearing other voices. But it's like you have to understand that you're not crazy first before you get to that, baby steps. The universe doesn't throw these things at you fresh out the gate because you'd lose your shit.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I just
For sure.
feel that's the truth. You don't come in with all this shit going on, all these gifts and everything that you just don't know how to navigate through. It happens a little time. It's just like going through school. You learn the basics of addition and subtraction before you get to calculus, right? So the clairaudience is just it's gonna sound like you. It's gonna sound like your voice speaking, but just listen to exactly what it's saying. And the ringing in your ears will help you determine where that's coming from. When you get the ringing in your ears, then you know that that's the universe is trying to give you a message from the angels, from the higher vibrational realms. We're talking 7, 8, and 9. This is where all of these ringing messages, this tinnitus, comes from, these higher dimensional realms. Not necessarily from the spirit realm where people's loved ones are residing. That's in levels as well. Do you also have like selenite? Because I feel like selenite would be good for you to keep on just seeing. I'm just like seeing a tower of selenite or something by your bed where you're sleeping. I really don't want that process to be interrupted, because I feel like the astral traveling that you're doing is going to be really important over the next month or so is going to be really important as far as the downloads of information and things that you keep it by your bed or under your pillow if you have a small piece of it. And this will kind of keep away any negative energy that might try to interrupt the peaceful endeavors that you're going about in the astral realm, putting like negative thought energy and bad dreams and, nightmares and things like that into your sleep, disrupting your astral travels. What is this about a recurring dream? Have you been having this same like recurring dream for most of your life? It almost feels like in this dream, it almost feels like I'm on some kind of a quest. Like I have to accomplish something, that I'm trying to do something. Pay attention to your dreams and the dreams that you're having and ones that are recurring. They're trying to tell you something, this recurring dream that you will, if you haven't already experienced it, that you're going to have a recurring dream. It's trying to tell you something. It's trying to show you something. It's like finding a key. It's going to help you find the key. The left. Okay. Pay attention more to the messages that you kind of hear coming from the left side of you, not necessarily, I feel like they're just going to be more helpful. The energy and the messages that come from the left side for you. Most of my messages come on the right side, but right now you need to concentrate on the messages you receive on the left side of your brain. And don't be afraid to express yourself. They're literally showing me you like putting on a t-shirt that's got like a really silly or a very strong statement about something on it. Like, don't be concerned so much with how people perceive you or receive you. I feel like there's an energy about you that it's very noticeable anyway. So people are going to notice you no matter where you go. And it's really the energy about you. So don't really worry too much about having your advertising who you are with your clothing. I mean, you're going to stand out regardless. You might as well feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that you haven't quite figured out, that you have a question about, that you need help with? You're starting to feel more comfortable with your clothing? Good. And that's really important. I mean, being comfortable in our clothing means we're comfortable in our skin, right? Actually been
You're meant to be flamboyant. Flamboyant is like loud, Aldo. You need color. So that makes sense.
He says he's actually been buying different types of shirts. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm seeing shirts that are like funny, shirts that are like, very provocative, not in a like sexual way, but like,
no, just flamboyant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loud and colorful and just really different, Aldo. It's like self-expression required or something.
I know. Okay. Well, if you need me, you know where to find me. Over to you, Mirantha.
Over to you, Mirantha. Okay, so the only
meme shirt. That's exactly what I was seeing. Something very funny.
A meme shirt.
That's hilarious.
Has it got swear words on it? Send me a picture. Like me, I'll be like, I like that. Okay, so I've got you around your galactic soul family at the moment, on Earth and off Earth. There's a meeting going on and a rediscussion of your path, your contract, and some of your shadow work. So they're talking to you about your next stage of your evolution of what part you will play in that. So you're going to get some instructions. So I agree with that dream thing. I would keep an eye out because they may come through in the astral dream state. All right, just keep a little book by your bed just in case. But they're gathered around you right now, and some of them are actually quite highly evolved, galactic looking. They're talking about your soul contract. So whether they're going through your cashapp records and everything, your feel like you're bound to something in this lifetime that you agreed on, and you're asking them to change that to do with some people and some things and stuff you'd like to create. They're agreeing with that, and they're going to show you, like I said again, keep a record, write something down, keep it by your bed in case it comes in a dream state where you come back and you have a memory of it in that moment, or you wake up like 1 o'clock in the morning or something crazy like that. But they're going to share with you some things that you didn't realize you were capable of, and you didn't realize that you knew this about mankind. So they're almost like they're activating that soul part of you in your soul contract that is more highly evolved than the man is right now. So they're bringing in a highly more evolved piece of you so that you can understand what you're doing here. So it's almost like they're going to mirror to you something you've been before, who you truly are, so that you'll understand why you're doing what you're doing, why you're with the people you're with, and what part you play. Because I got a feeling he needed to ask a question. So this could be some of it. I was going to say, I don't want to interrupt. I said, I swear, you don't want to ask Misty something? I feel there's something you're supposed to ask. It's all right. It might come to you later. If it comes later, well, then just contact. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, just
this
contact
is some
me
of it.
if you think of it later.
Yep.
But we both got the impression. Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I got it as well. They will they're removing some things in your aura. They're removing some people. It's almost like you're going to step into a vibration or resonate type energy to where your old school, old friends, old stuff won't matter as much, and you won't really want in your life like you used to. So you're going to go through a phase of that, alrighty? And they're going to look at people that you may even known for a very long time, and just, it's not that you're going to see them in any bad light or any problem. You're just going to go, they don't understand me anymore. I might have to go on without them. So I do get you leaving some people behind, alrighty? So not the people you're around at the moment, but people that have been in your life for a little while. So there's a change there. But I get shaking of hands. They're agreeing to something. It's on its way just before the new year, so it's coming. Alrighty, they're still in discussion. They're still rearranging things, but they're going to bring you like a tweak or a different ability that will make you shine a little. I got a feeling, Aldo, to be honest, that you're going to stand out. And I think that clothing is a good idea to go with that. Like, there's something in your purpose, your gifts, your abilities of who you actually are, why you're here, do with the new movement, the change that's coming in the consciousness of humanity, that is going to make you stand out a little bit. Alrighty? So now's the time to create. Who do you want to, what sort of personality, how do I want to show myself? What am I willing to do? How can I shine? You need the physical man to stand out because the energy is already there. So you're just going to present, alrighty? And that's what people will also be drawn to. So there's something going on for you that is a massive shift by the new year for you. And you have a deep gratitude. You may even cry a little. You may have some tears and some emotion because you're so damn grateful. You're going, I can't, excuse my language, can't fucking believe it took me that long to get here. It's that sort of thing, alrighty? So enjoy that, embrace it, and go with the flow. So go and have a chat to your team. Go and have a chat to your guides. Ask them, get some advice. What do you want me to do now? And if that question comes up, there's a question there for sure that goes a little deeper than that. Write it down and then make contact. You may not be aware of it just yet. It might come during this stage. You might go, oh shit, I need to know that. That's really important. I don't quite understand. I need to ask somebody. All right, and don't be afraid to do that. Even if you feel it's minute, silly, doesn't mean anything, it doesn't matter. The fact it's going to come through, they're going to send it quite strong. There is definitely a question there. It's not today, alrighty? So it's on its way. So they said move swiftly, grab everything by the horns and just go. So any plans, anything you want to create, even your spiritual stuff, all that jazz, grab by the horns, grab hold of it and just go. Don't let anything or any fears, any people, whatever it may be, hold you back, because they're waiting for you. They're like, come on, Aldo, we've got things to do. And they're really adamant on your ascension, your growth. You've got to step up and go run a little harder. But you'll do that your way. It doesn't have to be done anybody else's way. There's no you'll figure that out yourself how you want to do that. But you have an ability here that is for this movement. You're not just a reader, my friend. Alrighty, you're not just a reader, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of what we do. But there's another piece of you is more elevated than that, and you're about to walk into that part of you. Alrighty, and they're assured. They're like, oh, I can't wait for him to arrive. They're really happy about that. Alrighty, so let that come. You don't have to go searching for that just because I'm seeing it. You just let that happen organically. Let them arrange and bring you into this. And again, that question, there's an important question that's going to come soon that you will need to ask. And you need to ask the people that can give you the right information, because it's important for your journey to get correct information here. Alrighty, that's what's going to help you move forward. So don't be afraid to ask. All right, darling. Thank you. Usha. Big time energy.
He did ask about moving and how that would affect his spiritual journey.
Okay, well, that could be the question.
Yeah, he said that was the only thing that he was wondering, I think.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm not sure how my... Okay.
Only thing I'm not sure how my spiritual practice will be after I move. So I feel like you were supposed to ask me this question because I recently moved. And I moved to an area where I didn't know anyone. And the interesting thing about it is I moved from a place where my spiritual practice was all online, and I built up that platform, and then I moved to an area where it's a lot more accepted out in real life here. So it's interesting that I feel like I'm being reminded of that. And I feel like you'll have more opportunities where you're going to, and there's a reason that you're going there. You'll have more opportunities there. Your spiritual practice isn't going to suffer just because, and I'm saying it right now when you're like, I'm afraid it might be less. Your spiritual practice isn't going to suffer just because you make this move. On the contrary, it feels to me like another one of the situations where you're being called to go there. You're being pulled there for a reason. And you can't let the energy of fear dictate your life. You really can't, because that's a very low vibration. So those carnelian is really good for you to have, but you should also do like some kind of citrine or something. What's another one for the another golden topaz, citrine, amber, or tiger's eye? Those are all good for your fear center. Have those crystals, and those are good for your solar plexus, your fear center. So not only the carnelian, but citrine is what I was being called to mention. It's just a moving with family, and it's going to be hard to keep doing what I have been doing. So that's my fear. I can understand that. I feel like this is going to be about personal space, really. Like you're going to have to find a personal space for yourself where you can do your spiritual practice. I do feel like your family will kind of push in on you, but this is all about honestly having healthy boundaries and being respected for who you are as a person, as a healer. Okay. And you can always go for a walk, go be on your phone out in nature. I've known some YouTube channels that are just out in nature. They're not, in a room or whatever, like we are here, where they're just sitting in a park or sitting out in nature. I usually read online, and I think it's going to take a toll on it. Just makes me wonder. Understandable. And you're not going to know until you know, but I really don't see that it's going to be less than. I do feel like there will be opportunities for you to take that out into the real world, like there were for me. And those are things that you probably might need to do. That might be your next step, is getting comfortable doing this for people in person. If usually just done it online. It takes embracing fear, embracing change, to go out there and have the confidence to do a reading for somebody in person, because you're getting like immediate feedback and they're right there and they can tell you to your face whether or not that it resonates with them. But I think that that's probably why you have to make this move. Yeah, you might not have the space and the ability to do this inside of your home because of family or whatever, but I think that maybe it's time for you to step out of that comfort zone. Alrighty. And just so you know, I mean, if there is no space in your home for you to do this, and this is something that you do like as a source of income, you can always rent a little room or something, or rent a little tiny office space that is just big enough for you to do your thing on your own.
Yeah, you can take yourself to find the community that's there. Go and
Yeah.
see if there's somebody there that would let you in. Simple. Put some little flyers out and things like that, just so that people know that you're in the area. And then see if there's anyone in the community. That's usually how it starts. Go and join, like even if you don't want to, it doesn't matter. Just go a couple of times, like a meditation group or something like that, and those people will be around those environments. You know what I mean? So just pause. Okay, right. Yeah,
It'll work
community house.
out.
That's a good word.
It'll work out. Don't worry.
Yep.
It'll work out.
As she said, they're so drawn to you. You'll be fine, mate. Honestly, it's just an adjustment, and you might have to release the fear of when can that happen. So you might need a week or two to get yourself organised, get there, do what you need to do before you settle, and then find a way. So yeah, don't panic. Panic's not going to help. Don't worry about it. You're magnetic, my friend. It'll happen. Trust me. Alrighty, thanks, mate. Sheila, and then Cami.
Oh, we got another one after Sheila?
Yep, Cami just donated.
Okay. I'm going to need 5.
You're right.
I need 5. I'll be back.
Yep. You go do your bits. Okay, Cami. Sheila, sorry. Sheila. You there, Sheila? You're right, mate. Off you go. Let me know if you're there, Sheila. I've got a delay or something, so bear with me. My comments are like a few seconds behind. You're welcome, Aldo. I was just waiting to see. There she is. Sorry, Sheila. I seem to have a delay of some sort, so bear with me. It's sticky and delayed. That's a word. Am I frozen? That's good, mate. Feel like I'm not moving. Okay, Sheila. I hope you can hear me. All I can see is me frozen. Yeah, I know. I see that. No. Can you hear me? Second. I'm still frozen. I still. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry, Sheila.
Okay.
I was froze like crazy. Couldn't even get through as I've had to do a reload, so I'm back. Right. So I apologise. Sheila. You have an Arcturian energy with it. I don't know, Sheila, if how spiritual, if you're even spiritual. I feel you're an Arcturian energy. I just got this Arcturian come straight in on top of you. You look a bit Arcturian-y. You have some people around you that are a bit shallow and holding you down a bit, Sheila. It's like, you know how people can come in and affect your growth a little? You're allowing something in here that's I don't know if you're having trouble with a bit of stagnation or indecision and things like that, but it's not all your own. I don't know if it's time for you to grow, move on, and shine a little, because I feel like you're hiding behind something. So it's either people, person, relationship, something. You're hiding somewhere, and you're not really putting yourself fully forward. It's almost like, I just feel like someone's putting you down or something. So it's either a bit of yourself from fear, but also this is what I'm seeing. And I get you, I just get you hiding in the shadows, not a bit afraid to come out and show who you truly are, because I think, I don't know, are you afraid you feel you've done it wrong or you're not done enough? Because there may be a little bit of truth in that. We all have that problem, but it's not enough for you to be here where I'm seeing. It's like, no, your angelic energy, it's stronger than that. It doesn't need to hide away. It really doesn't. You are allowed to shift. You're allowed to grow. I just feel like either you place this on yourself or it's your life, someone or whatever in your life. You have a heavy heart, like sadness or something that needs to be released here. This is some of what you're hiding. Just get, there's been a mean energy around you too. So you've had some stuff. But it's time for you to step out, grow, show your hand. So it's like, you don't have to have, as they call that, poker face. You don't have to hide nothing no more. You can come out and just grow and be what you want to. You need a lightheartedness. You need reassurance. You need a really good girl group around you, you know, like a good bestie environment and things like that to help you to come out of yourself. I just get, there's a bit of sobbing going on in there, and that's okay. Okay, no wonder. You just get very silly person, just silly, a little bit immature, that's all. No judgment on that person whatsoever. We don't do that. There's just a immatureness there, and you've outgrown that. So now it's time for you to keep moving forward. It's okay that you didn't resonate there. It's okay that you could see that. It didn't make you crazy and it didn't make you wrong. Just feel you need to be told that you didn't make a mistake per se. You know what I mean? And happiness is on its way if you allow that in. Seriously. Like, I get a relationship, I get all that jazz, I get all that happiness coming, but you've got to step out to allow that in. So you need some forgiveness, emotional release, some sense of worth, all that jazz. You're just a little bit squished by what you went through, alrighty? You're meant to share things. I don't know how, if you're spiritually evolved or what, if you are a very spiritual person, but you have an empathy, an empathic ability, a sense of knowing if you allow that out. This part of this growth is where all this can come in and be more harmonious, more balanced, more of who you are. Just that sadness has got to go. It really does. It's right behind the heart portal, which is there's the heart center. There's a portal. There's an energy that connects us to source, creator, God energy. That door's closed a little. It's almost like, if I open that, am I ready? If I open that and see myself, will I like who I am? So you're in a growth period because you've forgotten who you are a little bit. I feel like you molded into this other people or person. You became a bit like them. You became like them to get along, and it created a shadow effect. So it's a wound. It's something that needs to be healed and forgiven within yourself. You did that out of security. You did that out of survival. That's all you could handle at that time. And that's all pretty much what you can kind of handle now. So that forgiveness for you needs to happen. I'm getting a little bit of pain in me right there. A little bit of, ooh, ouch, because that's coming from the heart center. You need to find a better support system. You may have people in your life you absolutely love and adore and all that jazz, but you need some stronger people. So stronger women, stronger girls, not the goddessy stuff. I'm just talking the nice, compassionate, understanding, but are tough with you type girls or people around you. People that will bring you out of this. If it's going to go on too long, Sheila, You know what I mean? You're going to have to learn to release this. You're going to have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself what you didn't know and didn't know how to make happen at that time. You weren't able to anyway, because that energy I'm seeing wouldn't allow it no matter what you tried to do. It would squish you, hold you down. Alrighty? You are ready for change, but until such time as you heal this heart and get this feeling out that I've got inside of me, it's a little bit of fear in there, a bit of anxiety. Until she releases that, look at the light come up for you. That's so bright. Until she releases that, this next phase that she's asking for can't happen. Alrighty? Not that it won't, but at the moment it's stagnant. She needs to grow. She needs to love herself, to release so that she can bring a new life, new love, new sense of her. Alrighty? Whew. Heavy soul. Little trapped in the heaviness, that's all. You can add while I'm looking if you want, darling. Come on in anytime you want to. I'm looking.
Oh, wonderful. Sheila, do you have somebody who's passed over, who passed from like lung cancer, or it definitely feels like lung cancer. It feels very specific to me, like lung cancer. Somebody that you have some cherished happy memories with, perhaps happy memories of your childhood. This is going to be either a mother, a grandmother, an older female in your family. They're also mentioning the month of February to me as a significant month for them. And they also said something about a bracelet. So I don't know if this is a bracelet that they had given to you at some point, or if it's a bracelet that you got when they passed away, or just in general, a piece of jewelry from them. They did show me a bracelet though. And what I'm hearing is that I heard that you were afraid to put yourself out there. And I understand that. I was not really listening to, sorry, Mirantha. I wasn't really listening to what you said. I didn't really want it to influence what I was receiving, but
no, that's right.
I did hear something about getting hurt or something like this. Is that
yes.
right?
Yes.
And so it makes sense that you would be afraid to put yourself out there, because obviously when we are hurt by someone, we are absolutely petrified to put ourselves in a similar situation, or unknowingly put ourselves in a similar situation. And so we kind of erect these walls around us to protect ourselves, while we're healing. And I get that. And I feel like you honestly, like, sure, you're sad, sure, you're depressed. What is that? It's a feeling. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. I think we all kind of judge ourselves a little too harshly when we get into a depressed state. What it really means, though, is that you are capable of fluctuating in your energy in a way that allows you to rest and then rejuvenate. And I think that's what you're doing right now. You're in like a period of rest to your energy for the next part of your soul journey. And so I was being shown like a butterfly and a chrysalis, and I think that's where you're at right now. You're kind of in the process of transforming, and you're doing that through healing. You're doing that through being alone. You're doing that through feeling this energy that you're in right now. You kind of have to kind of pull into yourself, and it's painful. It's painful to be alone. It's painful to realize, some of the things that have been going through your mind. Those are sad thoughts. They're mad thoughts. They're, all these things that we are not comfortable with on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like you're feeling that right now, and it's not comfortable. It's very much not comfortable, but you're doing it. And as soon as you're done, as soon as you decide you don't want to feel that way anymore and you're tired of it, you'll do something else, and that'll be okay too. Don't be down on yourself just because you're depressed or you're sad or you went through a hard time and you want to have a little bit of self-pity. That's fine. We do what we have to do to feel better. And if feeling better right now means you have to feel bad, then feel bad. Embrace it. God, I feel like shit today. God, I don't even want to get dressed today. I'm just going to lay in front of the TV. And I'm going to eat a tub of ice cream, and I'm going to cry my feelings, and that's okay. It's okay to do that. It's okay to wallow in self-pity. At some point, you'll get tired of it and you'll change your mind. Right now, you're just in it, and that's fine.
It's in trauma response. Trauma response takes a long while to heal. And the worst thing in the world
okay.
is make you feel like shit for it.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
Just don't feel bad about it. You know, we all go through it. And if anyone tells you that they've never been depressed, they're a fucking liar. We've all been through it where we don't want to shower. We don't want to take care of ourselves. It's hard enough just breathing, you know, because you're feeling so much. And it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. You know, and yes, there's going to be people around you that say, you got to get out of it. You got to go to the gym. You got to do this. You got to do that. Those are all wonderful suggestions when you feel up to it.
But they're not reality.
Right now, just breathing is all that you can do, and that's okay. It's okay. You are okay. All right. So this person that I have with an initial of T, I don't know if this is a first or last name, but whoever this person is wants you to know that they are watching over you, that they see the struggle that you're going through. They're sending so much love to you from the other side, and they want you to know that they will be there for you if you ever need anything. You just ask them. Okay. So this is like an older female, like I said, that passed from some kind of lung related issue in her lifetime, or had some kind of she could have had cancer and beat it and then died from something else. But whatever this is, she's making me feel like February was an important month for her, either a birth or death month, or it's an important month to you. Whatever it is, she's trying to give like a validating message about it. She's also talking about a bracelet. So you might not understand who it is now. You might understand later after we're all done here, and that's all fine. Sometimes people kind of get into like a psychic fog, and they're trying so hard to think of who it is, they can't think of who it is. That's fine. But just know you are going to transform into a beautiful butterfly. You just have to give yourself a little bit of time to be a worm inside of a little thing. Okay?
Because you're in a trauma bonding state, which means you've been through something, right? What happens in here is that we get the guilts, we get the shoulds, shouldn'ts, we get a lot of stuff from other people, but it doesn't suit us. We can't allow ourselves to have an expectation of when we should heal and how we should heal and what timeline. Everyone is so different in what they can handle. So I agree. Take it easy. Breathe through what I'm seeing inside of you, that sadness, that crying. Allow her time without it being forever, but you allow her time. So it's like sitting with the best buddy, give them a hug, rubbing their back, making a cup of tea and say, you let me know, darling, when you want to come out of the blanket and I'll be there for you. So you need to see yourself as separate, but in the trauma. So you can look at yourself on the outside and see what she's going through and understand that's where she's at and give her time. And that's an act of compassion for you so that you don't beat yourself up and you don't stay there. Very important.
Give yourself some grace.
Absolutely. Big time, Grace, because you've not had it. This is something new you're going to learn. You're going to learn a lot from this, Sheila. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn about how to heal faster. This is your learning. It's hard, but it's necessary. And when she comes out the other side, the things she can do with that would be mind-blowing. She'll never allow that back in again for a start. And if she does, she'll know how to deal with it quicker. So it's a miracle. It's a miracle experience in that aspect. All righty? So please be kind. Please be kind. You don't have to be perfect, mate. If someone's ever told you that, tell them 2 biscuits, I call it. Give them 2 biscuits and tell them to bugger off. That's how I see it. All right, darling. Much love. Cami, you are our last.
Yep, she's it.
She's it.
Cami Bahadori. Did I say that right?
Yes. Is that his Bahadori?
Bahadori? I don't know.
Bahadori. Bahadori. Da, 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 da. There she is. Okay. So this Cami will be our last for this afternoon. I've been on for a while, so donations are now closed. And it's late. What time is it over here?
9 p.m.
Oh, what is it? It's getting late for a girl. I'm usually in bed by 8, so my God, I'll be bitching by now. No. So yeah, donations are now closed. So if anybody has not had a reading, I'm sorry, the time has now finished, and we're going to do Cami, and then we'll be out. So Cami Whammy. Okay.
I have such a strong-willed person that I'm connecting to right now. I feel like she's just so like so solid, like in the core of her. She's so solid. Like it feels like I know who I am. I know my worth. I know what I deserve. It complete, no offense to Sheila, complete opposite of what Sheila's going through right now. I feel like I'm in this place of empowerment where nothing can shake my foundation when I connect to Cami. It feels very solid. That is a dangerous place to be, just so you know. Um, I know in the past where I have been in that place where I'm like, nothing can touch me. I'm invincible. Like I was proven wrong. I was proven wrong. Like,
Well, they got to harmonize, don't they? Eh? They got to balance everything.
Yeah. So it just feels to me like don't be so sure of yourself. Yes, obviously we need to have confidence in where we're at, and I think you're in a great place. But just know that no matter how confident we are, there is always something that can bring us to our knees, and that is the truth. I feel with her, like I'm just seeing such a strong appreciation for nature and flowers.
Yeah, just
white
writing.
flowers.
I was writing that down.
Yep. Are you writing down flowers? It just feels to me like
nature, water. It's just writing, so I'll stop writing now.
Yeah,
That's funny.
It just feels to me like flowers are just so beautiful. When I'm connecting to her energy, I'm like, man, flowers. Like, I want to get a lotus flower tattoo, and I like,
nice.
I like peonies, and I like, this and that, and I want to get all these. I love, I want to raise flowers. I want to be around flowers. I just love it. Like it's so simple and so amazing all at once, and I just feel such a strong connection to this. So I don't know if you have a lotus flower tattoo or what, but I'm seeing that for you. And I'm also seeing like fitness for you. I'm not sure if you're working on strengthening your physical body right now, but I am seeing that as a message for you, like pumping iron. Yes, love to give flower bouquets to my friends. That's a beautiful thing to do. That is an absolutely beautiful thing. I just love flowers so much. I just feel like that connection with you. So have you been working on strengthening your physical body, getting more in tune? Yes, need to get in shape, getting it more in tune with your physical energy. Moving your physical energy will move your energetic body as well. And I don't know if this is poetry that you're reading or what, but it's something that you do like in your downtime that is just, it's not necessarily a secret joy or a guilty pleasure, but you're reading something here that is just something you do when you're alone, when nobody else is around. Does that make sense to you? Yes. Okay, good. And this is mine, and nobody can take this away from me. This is mine. Okay. I feel very territorial about my things, about my hobbies. I don't want anyone to interfere with me, with what I've got going on for me. This is mine. Are you very territorial about your things? Like, don't touch my stuff. I'm going to write my name on my lunch in the fridge. I am. Yeah. Like, don't touch my things. I didn't give you permission to touch my things. Do not go near my things. I feel very disrespected if you're touching my things. Just stay away from my stuff. And I don't know if you're still this way or if they're just showing me like this is how you used to be in the past, but it's feeling like a very confrontational energy. And it's like, don't start shit. I just feel like, you don't back down, and that you're kind of just like, either you are still, or you used to be um, up for it, fuck around and find out kind of energy here. Like, don't mess with me, because I'll bring the party. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. It just feels like, don't mess with me. I'm very confrontational. Yeah, is the word. It's like a spitfire, is what I'm feeling for you. Makes a lot of sense with the strong core energy. That kind of like that. Uh, oh shit, my
I'll cut a bitch. I
mighty
had to
mouse.
say it.
I don't know if you're short, but they're telling me mighty mouse. It's like you're small and feisty. And I feel like there's somebody that you really want to hug right now. I feel like there's somebody that you maybe you're not as close as you used to be. Maybe yeah, you're missing the connection with this person. But I feel like I just really want a comforting hug. They're showing me my children coming to visit me last week, my grown children coming to visit me, and just the good long hugs that we had, where we just reconnected in our heart space. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like there is somebody that you really just need. I'm 5'1" petite. Yeah, they say you're a mighty mouse. Now I'm more calm and analyze things. Don't like conflict, but it gets to a point. It's enough. I feel that. Don't you worry. I get it. But who is this person that I feel like I need to hug them. I feel like I need to reconnect with them. I need to get back good with our heart space connection between me and this person. It's somebody that you care about deeply, but it just feels like you've drifted apart. I don't know if this is a spouse, or a close friend, or family member, but it just feels to me like you've been yearning for that connection. And I think you should listen, your sister, and I think you should listen to your heart and reach out to her, because I feel like perhaps she's been yearning for that connection too. I like let bygones be bygones is what I heard. Like, is it really worth not having that connection in your life being right? You know, like, is it really worth it? Like, is that what your relationship boils down to, being right? And what is this project they're talking me about? They're talking to me about something that you're very excited about. I don't know if this is some kind of spiritual project, or, how like some spiritual people like to make their own tarot deck or something like that. I'm just seeing some kind of a little creative project that you have that you've been thinking about doing. Something of your own, because it's mine. It's mine. They bring so much conflict, have 10 sisters. Oh, well, it's usually your family that is able to trigger you the most, and that's why they incarnate with you. If you can get to a point where you appreciate who they are as individuals, not exactly the way you want them to be, but that's who they are, you know, you don't really get a say in who they came here to be and what they came to learn. But you do, you get to feel love for them. You get to feel a closeness to them, even if it's not a closeness of thought or perspective, you know.
Elizabeth.
Yep, that's what I have for you, Cami, and I hope that helps you reach out to whichever one of your sisters you feel. Yes, well, trying to see colors blindfold my psychic side. I don't understand. What does that mean? What is that?
Blindfold on the psychic side. That's a contradictory. So
You can't see colors?
can't see colours. Maybe she's thinking.
Eyes are closed? Is that what you mean? Like, you can't see colors when you're blindfolded and you're trying to see them? Is that what you mean?
Could be, might be right there.
Can people not see things when they close their eyes? Like in general, trying to connect it. People can't do that? Shit.
No, you realise there's things that other
Sorry.
people cannot do,
You
darling.
can't do that? Again,
No.
one of those things that I just take for granted that I didn't know. Whatever. Your turn.
So meditation would help for that, darling. Like to slow your mind down, slow your consciousness down. You might be trying too hard, might be trying to look too quickly, things like that. So the only extra little things I got was you needing to be near, well, I've got the nature thing, but you need to be near water. So I don't know if you're near a lake or something like that, but I'm seeing a body of water. To me, it feels like lake. I could be wrong on that. That you need to absorb some water energy. You need that calming, loving vibration to settle down your psyche. So I'm not surprised that you're asking that. You were seeing auras, not anymore. Well, your gifts might be changing too. Have you had a look to see if the way you see auras is different now? You could be feeling auras. You could be hearing auras.
I was waiting for you to stop talking so I could say, well, you still feel the energy of the person, even if you don't see it. You don't have to see it anymore because you feel it, you know?
That's right.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was like, that's what I was thinking.
Yes, she did. She was dying to. Picture of thing. No, I'm kidding. So alike. Yeah, I agree. There's another way that you're doing that. That's why I got that. So, but you're needing a body of water to help clear out some of your chakras. Alrighty. Third eye, sacral. Some of the root needs shifting. There's just a bit of stagnation there. And I think water is a great place for you to sit to do that. I think you're able to draw the energy off water beings and things like that, and those that work with that sort of vibration. So to clear out those emotional centers that are a little bit slow or a little bit blocked. And the only other thing I got was that you need a light-hearted day. You need to be doing something that makes you feel a sense of you don't have to do much else. You know what I mean? Not so much thinking, not so much doing. It's like sitting around doing something really light-hearted, something you really enjoy. It's just a coffee and a biscuit, like Mirantha. But there's something here you need to do for your soul. You need a soul expression. So it's okay to do all the spiritual side of it, the empathy, the trying to see auras and that. You need something more creative to bring that out. So I don't know if you like to write, paint, light language, journal, writing down codes, whatever it may be. You just need to extend that expression in another way. I think you're putting too much physical into some of the stuff you're trying to achieve. You need something a bit more simple. So whether you sit down and you can channel, not information, channel and write, give that a go and things like that. I think it's Misty. Is it you that said to try the opposite hand to your, so if you're right-handed, use your left hand? Was that you that said that recently for channeling and writing? Somebody did. Someone said just recently about using, so if you're right-handed normally to write, they said use the left. There's something about using the opposite hand to learn to channel right. I don't know. I thought it was you. Someone just recently was talking about that. I don't know why.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
No.
It makes no sense to me because
it's going to happen regardless.
Know how to write, and so
no
it
idea.
just feels like it's just.
They were talking about shifting the brain or getting out of conscious and getting unconscious, so that you're not thinking about what you're doing, that sort of thing. So they're using, it's not the left-handed is the thing, it's the way to shift the brain so that you use something that's unfamiliar to stop you from thinking. Basically, that's what it was about. Someone told you use your left, I got that as well. So it's not actually to do with the hand, it's to do with the moving the consciousness out of the way. Because a lot of people go, oh, I want to channel, and they start, give it a go, and they get in the way. All right, so it's shifting that piece of you out so it comes naturally and flows without you thinking. So that's what I was talking about. So yeah, codes and that, yes, same thing. So it's like getting into a place where you learn to flow naturally, because like I said, I think you're physically getting in the way. You're trying too hard and you're trying to create a persona and a piece of you that goes, well, if I'm psychic or empathic or whatever I do it this way, and why is it not happening? So you're getting in the way a little bit of that. So you need something to create like an automatic writing response so that you can sit in a meditative state and allow things just to happen. I don't care if you write the word be 1,000 times. That's how it starts. Just allow it to happen. Don't expect or have an expectation on how great it should be, how it should look perfect, or how it should be done. You need to get into that state. So going to the water could actually do that for you. You just sit and you don't think enough of it. Look at the water and just let your hand scribble. You might I don't know. You can tell I'm getting tired. My head's playing games. I might just draw boobs. I don't know. But the thing is, it's just getting into the place where you're comfortable and you allow things to happen. Alrighty, you need to do that. That's the only extra info that they were adamant about. That her personality and her need to do is getting in the way. So it's just you physically getting in the way. That's it. Alrighty, darling. So go have a go, and send me what you get if you want to. I do like light language and things like that. Let me know what you get. Be interesting. Some people activate immediately and just start writing away, and they got an idea what they're writing. They get a feeling, and they also, by doing that, what you're trying to do about you're seeing auras, feeling auras, colors, whatever it may come as, will come in clearer. Alrighty, you just need another way to do things. You're feeling a little bit stagnant in doing it just this way. I think I've got to do it this way. You need something a little bit more creative and a bit more exciting, something that you can enjoy. Alrighty, darling. So let me know what you get. Alrighty, that's it. That's all they got. And
all we got.
done. Wake up, Misty. She's like gone to sleep. I see now. Like, wake up. I saw her doze. I saw her eyes glaze. Okay.
9:30.
Alrighty. Oh, it's whinging and whining, I tell you. Thank you to everybody that's come today and donated and allowed us into your energy and trusted us. It's been a wonderful experience. Thank you, Misty, for hanging in there. Us old girls, it takes us a while to get warmed up and get going, and then we need a nanny nap. So we've done great. Actually, I thought we were a bit longer than I thought it might be. We've done really well today. Should be very proud of that. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Like, share, follow. We're both available for private work. You know where we are. If you can't remember what we do, go and check our page. It's all written in features section and all that jazz. And please come again. Please come and see the both of us. Do you know when you're live again, Misty, on your page?
Probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Night. And I do have a private reading special right now, $60 for a 60-minute private video chat.
Okay, there you go. So she's got a special running at the
Only
moment.
for
So
this
take
week.
advantage of
It's
that.
only 1 week.
Only
1 week only.
So
then it goes back to
Sunday.
$100 after next week.
No worries.
Yep.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now you know where it is. If you need a girl, please go see and all that jazz. So thank you. And thank you, Elizabeth, for being our administration.
Thank you, Beth.
Thanks, Elizabeth. All right, we're off.